Welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. Your 2020 varsity football season is about to kick off. Thanks for joining those of our Waycross viewers, joining our wearecolerain.com viewers. It is another planned exciting year, although a very different one for our Colerain Cardinals here at Colerain High School. This is Chris Himanitis with wearecolerain.com, along with Brian and Brandon White here in the booth, as is always the case, along with Mike Rourke, our production engineer, and the entire team at Waycross Community TV. We have got a great game for you tonight. The Colerain Cardinals, fresh off of a regional finals appearance last year, opened the season at home against the GMC opponent who we've all known before, Lakota West. We've seen them, we've played them, and we've had done exceptionally well against them. What we have not ever done is played against a former coach by the name of Tom Bolden, and we're doing that tonight for the very, very first time. Former Colerain head coach Tom Bolden coming to Colerain tonight on the visitors' sideline with his Lakota West Firebirds, and we were talking about that before, Brian.
Yeah, there's several Boldens on that side. The former AD, Dan Bolden, is an assistant coach over there.
Yep. Let's talk about the players.
His son,
Ed
Bolden, is a starting player and captain on the offensive line, and Tom, as he said, Tom had multiple sons, and we know all the Bolden names playing linebacker here. Tom said, "Hey, Mitch is my last chance at a quarterback." Well, what a quarterback he is. He started as a freshman last year, so Mitch Bolden is going to be wearing the Bolden number 7 for Lakota West.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a big game, obviously. Coach Tom Bolden bringing his, and you can see him walking along. He's on the other sideline. I'm sure Waycross will get a couple of images and shots of him tonight. The streak is on the line. You know, we're not used to playing GMC football here in week 1, but the streak is on the line. The Colerain Cardinals, having won 83 consecutive GMC contests, puts that streak on the line right away, right out of the gate. So for those of you watching and listening all over the regional area as well as the country, thank you so much for joining us on wearecolerain.com in conjunction with Waycross Community TV. We are ready for kickoff.
Yeah, Colerain had won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. No, wait a minute. Looks like Bolden won and deferred to this. We knew somebody deferred to the second half. Colerain's going to start the ball on offense.
So there's a kick deep, and it travels into the end zone. Whistle blown, ball is dead, and the ball will come out and start off for the Colerain Cardinals on offense at the 20-yard line.
And we talked about it being a little different with Coach Bolden on the visiting sidelines for the Colerain Cardinals. It'll be a little bit different for the Cardinals offensively this year. So I'll make a switch. Last year's starter, Freddie Johnson, is going to be an all-purpose player. He's going to play wide receiver. He's going to play running back. He's going to play defensive back. Colerain Cardinals are turning to senior Tyler Prather at quarterback, and Prather is a little bit different. Now, they'll still run some traditional option plays, but look for the Cardinals to throw it around a lot more this season.
Yeah, you got some threats at receiver. We'll talk about the players later, but Coach Cutright, we'll see how much he mixes up the offense, but Prather does have a cannon.
6'4", 210 pounds, Tyler Prather under center. You've got MJ Flowers, the junior, in the backfield. The big fullback takes the ball, hands it right off to MJ, who's going to push it forward for a couple of yards. Call it 2 on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Colerain this year, limited players, not a deep roster, really challenged up front. This offensive line is undersized. You're looking Lockwood at 200, Marshall at 225, Anderson at 225, Ringer at 240, and Stanley at 225. That's probably the smallest tight end or the smallest offensive line we've had here in Colerain in a long time.
Keep in mind, all 5 starters on the offensive line are brand new to the varsity level. All 5 starters are brand new. So there's a lot of breaking in here. This team is going to rely on the defense early if they're going to win games. Tyler Prather under center. Takes the ball, fakes the handoff, pitches it wide right, cuts back in towards the middle, does number 28. Looks like he's going to be tackled for a short gain.
Amari Johnson with the pitch.
Amari Shannon.
Shannon, no, what?
Amari Shannon, number 28, took the pitch. Yep. He's new. He's a junior. 6'1", 185 pounds. I think they're giving him 2 yards on that, or 1.
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 down for the Cardinals.
And defensively, the Firebirds are led by an Ohio State transfer from Louisiana, Jair Brown.
He is number 4 on the far sideline.
And Alex Afari at the other corner. So very stacked at corner are the Firebirds defense.
There you go. So Tyler Prather drops back to pass. It is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 2. That's Isaiah Myers, the junior, 6'5", 190, and it'll be a a punt forthcoming for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, not a bad pass. He threw it up where the tall receiver can only get it just a little bit of contact right there. Knocks it down, so Colerain's going to punt for the first time, bringing it on Brandon Sinclair.
It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. Isaiah Myers, the big 6'5", 190-pound junior for Colerain, the wide receiver, up against Jair Hollywood Brown. Snap is back. There's the punt. Nice high punt. Fair catch called just inside the 40-yard line. That's where Lakota West will take over, I think 39.
It looked like he had a little bit of room, kind of a little play. It's the safe play with two guys back there.
Here's the thing, though. The Cardinals have the advantage or disadvantage, if you look at that, because they don't have a guy whose set job is long snapper. But the long snapper for the Cardinals is Xander Kendall, your starting middle linebacker. So as the long snapper, he can go right away. As soon as he snaps it, he can get down the field right away, and he's there. When your starting middle linebacker is kind of one of your gunners, it helps out in that long snapping position.
So out of the shotgun, Lakota West going to take it over their first possession on their own 40-yard lines.
As we talked about, under center, or I should say in the shotgun, is 6'2", 185-pound sophomore Mitch Bolden, number 7. It's Tom's son. Snap is back. He takes it, hands it off on a sweep. Plants his foot, does the runner, number 23, and it looks like he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the run. That is, and of course he's not on the depth chart.
Not on the depth chart.
It was 6, Devontae Kiner.
Is number 23, Aiden Miller, a 5'11", 200-pound junior on the carry.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to get on the carry. Yeah, I mean, that's so frustrating. They sent me a depth chart, and he's starting, and he's not anywhere on the depth chart.
Well, they could have switched jerseys, too, so it could be their regular running back just wearing a different number.
Yeah.
Or he could have got hurt this week. You don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
So he picks up 2. He's going to bring down a 2nd and 8.
So safe play. Nice little sweep there for Mitchie on the first handoff of the game.
A little movement right there.
And a flinch.
They tried to go hard count right there, and before he went in motion, number 5 for Lakota West kind of flinched.
Yep. That was number 29, Ken Willis Jr., the cornerback for Colerain, picked that up immediately and pointed it out to the refs.
Yeah, Adrian Davis flinched. So to bring up a 2nd and 13.
Those hidden yards that can help you along the way. This Colerain defense is stout. Only 2 juniors out of the 11. All the remaining 9 are all seniors. So there's some pressure in the backfield. 5's got it, and he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to give him the line of scrimmage.
Well,
so no gain on the play, maybe 1.
He scooted out of the tackle. He was stopped for the whistle, but he fell forward, looked for another yard. They're going to give him about a half yard. You know, we're talking about the Colerain offensive line. This Lakota West, you know, they've got a big Tigray.
That's what I'm calling him.
Shibola. 6'6", 300 pounds going to Ohio State, but they're 300, 270, 250, 260, 280, 240 across. That's where the battle's going to be won tonight. And the offensive and defensive line of either side. It's a 3rd down and 12.
Well, Colerain is returning big UC recruit right in the middle, Dante Corleone. We'll get to him in just a second here. It's 3rd down. There's number 20 on the blitz. Mitch gets out of it. He makes some room, but he's not going to pick up enough for the 1st down.
That's not holding. Bolden takes the ball down and tries to scramble. Good pressure from the outside from the Colerain, from Levert Jarman. Forces him up the middle, forces him down. Minimal gain, a 4th down and 6, and here comes the punt team.
This is a great spot for the fake, as your backup quarterback, Caleb Rao, is also the kicker punter for the Firebirds.
That was number 30 that made that tackle for Colerain. Terrell Banks, a 6'2", 175-pound sophomore.
Yeah, I've heard rumblings about him. He's one of the players to watch this year.
6'2", 175 as a sophomore. He's got 3 solid years in this program. That's excellent. We've got whistles on the play.
Delay a game. Firebirds took a penalty. I think they're trying to give them some space so they can down it a little easier inside the 20.
All right, so both offensive series stalled for both the Cardinals first and then the Firebirds.
Yeah, back deep for the Colerain, setting up at their own 30. It's Sean Williamson and Freddie Johnson.
It's going to be really interesting to see Freddie transformation from starting quarterback all of last year, every game, to this hybrid role they've got him lined up for. So now he's in a punt return.
Listed in the program as an athlete.
Yep. There's a low kick, caught by Sean Williamson. He's tackled but gets out of it, stays on his feet. He's up to the 40-yard line, and that's where he's taken down. I think maybe back to the 41, so net gain for the Cardinals. They'll take over 1st down and 10 here. No score early in the 1st quarter.
And if you're a little confused at home, that orange bag that the referee is throwing is not a flag. They are marking the ball with a beanbag, and the team is responsible for placing the ball. So the center will get the ball here for the Colerain Cardinals and bring it out to the spot that he has. I see another look at that return by Sean Williams.
And initially stopped, but keeps going, and a big hit. But picks up. We're going to hear a lot from Williamson this year. High expectations in the return game and defense. So there was a flag on the play.
So that net of 20 becomes a net of 30. So 2 punts, and the Cardinals gained 11 yards via possession, not by yardage-wise, but moved the field 11 yards.
It is the quietest football game I've ever been to.
This is just bizarre. It really is bizarre. I'm guessing in watering holes around the area that may be streaming us, it may be even louder there than what it is here. I mean, it really does have almost a scrimmage feel to it, which, by the way, both of these teams have only had one scrimmage, so I'm not surprised that the offenses are struggling a little bit here early. There's Tyler Prather under center, takes the ball, rolls to his left, keeps it himself, gets hit and gets taken down. He's going to lose yards on the play. Tyler is not the fastest guy back there, but as long as you've often said, Brian, as long as you make the right decision and you make it quickly, that's good enough.
Well, he's got decent speed, but it's that quick twitch. He's not going to plant his foot and just go like we've seen lightning in our backfield. Yep. The one guy, Tyler Williams or Freddie Johnson, where it's just quick twitch, quickness. It takes him a while to get speed up. So 2nd down and 12.
So 2-yard loss on that run by Tyler Prather. Again in the I formation. Whistles.
I think the Cardinals are offside.
False start on the Colerain Cardinals.
So was 1st and 10 is now second, or excuse me, was 2nd and 11, now 2nd and 16.
You talk about the Colerain small offensive line. This defensive line led by Andre Prophet, 6'3", 290 pounds in the middle, but they go 220, 260, 260, 235. So each one of their defensive linemen is larger than our largest offensive lineman.
It's a big school. They got a lot of kids. And they always seem to, I mean, look, Lakota West has never been short of talent. They've never been short of numbers.
So here we go, traditional wing formation for the Colerain Cardinals.
There's a counter. Run up the middle.
Oh, he almost got loose.
Amari Shannon with the carry on the counter picks up pretty much the penalty yardage. It'll set up 3rd and 11.
Stopped by Quasi Jones.
That name sounds familiar to some of you. It's because Quasi is a transfer to Lakota West from Colerain. That was outlined in the preview that was posted yesterday morning. Again, as a reminder, or if you're new to wearecolerain.com, we do a weekly preview every week. Usually posted on Friday mornings. This week we got it a little bit earlier just to get everyone the information in regards to playback times on Waycross as well as live times both on Waycross and here on wearecolerain.com.
So 4 wide. Here we go. Shotgun formation.
Yeah, not a surprise. They're going to be throwing here. 28 in motion. Tyler Prather's got the ball, drops back, looks to pass, looks for Isaiah Myers and overshoots him.
Yeah, he was jammed at the line. Really didn't get a clean release. Alex Safari hit him right there and just kind of threw off the timing of the play.
Alex Safari, brother of, I think, David Afari, right?
Correct.
Who's a freshman at UC this year?
Miami,
thank you. 6'3", 200-pound junior is Alex Safari, so he's still got 2 years left in him. So Colerain unable to get a first down here on their first 2 offensive series of the game. Again, this is going to be probably the story until this offense kind of gets themselves in line. Oh, there's a muffed punt. Number 4's got it, and it looks like he's going to try and get the first down. I think he got it. I think
he might be just short.
No, he got it. 4 to the 1. He got the 42.
So that was not planned, but Brandon Sinclair, the punter, took the snap. Maybe we'll get a replay here on Waycross and see exactly what happened.
Yeah, he was going to get it blocked, and he pulled it down, and we know he plays wide receiver and safety, a good athlete. We've had some of our best athletes at playing punter, and he picks up the first down by just a yard. Heads-up play. Brandon Sinclair.
Well, it's an interesting because the Cardinals basically only have they have all of their blockers in their punt formation on one side. They just have one guy and a gunner to the left there. So there's no one defensively when on that side. So when Sinclair sees it there, he's just got to be one man to the edge, and he successfully did so.
But that wasn't
that was
planned,
not designed.
Right? Yeah, that was
Let's
not a design
clear.
play. Yeah.
That was a bad thing turned good.
Yeah. But we'll take that.
Okay, referee's timeout.
I think again, there's going to be little things.
I think they were resetting the play clock. There we go. We got a whistle. Play clock starts. Okay, first down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Colerain back to the I formation.
On their own 42-yard line. That is MJ Flowers and, again, Amari Shannon in the backfield. There's a pitch to Freddie Johnson, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield. Well played by the number, I think it's number 23 for Lakota West.
Aiden Miller stayed home on the counter.
Yep.
A heads-up play, a huge loss where it was first down and 10. Now it's second down and, what is it, almost 20? 19, 18?
Second and 17. That's a 7-yard loss on that counter by Freddie Johnson.
Yeah, it's interesting playing your old coach who actually ran the offense last time. How much does Coach Cutright change our offense or what we do?
Coach Tyler Williams is the offensive coordinator, so
who grew up under Coach Bolton. So I mean, it's a look.
You got to love the chess match that is football.
If there's
play clock going down, Prather sees it. They had trouble lining up.
That's going to happen, and it's Amari Shannon's first
varsity game.
First varsity start.
And as you said earlier, this is the first game, but we only had one scrimmage this year, and it was a half. It wasn't even a full scrimmage.
Just 2 quarters
so
against
both
Fairfield.
of these teams' timing is going to be off, confidence is going to be down. Sinclair kind of makes the big first play of the game, but it's going to take something to just kind of build a little confidence. A sustained drive, something, a big play on defense by either side.
We'll take this time to get some shout-outs. We got at radio.wearecolerain.com, or you can directly get to us on the YouTube comments on the wearecolerain.com broadcast. We've got listening from Corona, California, Lenny Lopez. Listening in from Chicago, Jim and Terry Shear.
Those are our all-star listeners. Every game, every year.
Donovan Owens, former Colerain Cardinal defensive lineman, listening from Tiffin. Kyle Bolden rooting for his dad and not his alma mater.
So back to the I formation, 2 wide receivers to the right. But remember, if you want to get a hold of us in the booth, it's radio@wearecolerain.com. Radio@wearecolerain.com.
No score here in the first quarter, just under 5 minutes to go. It is second down.
Second and 17.
And 17. There's a fake pitch. Tyler Prather drops back, looks to pass, throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete, intended for number 2. He tried to go up and get his hands on it. It was a little high, covered by number 4, Jair Hollywood Brown. A little bit of background on him. Browns is the younger brother of Lonell Brown, who used to play here at Colerain for Coach Tom Bolden. And Jair Brown is a transfer from Louisiana. He's a 4-star recruit, already committed to Ohio State. And when his family decided to move back up to Ohio, instead of coming to his brother's alma mater, he decided to head to where Coach Bolden was. So that's another Ohio State recruit for Lakota West they've got in addition to Shaloba, who is on the offensive line. And I apologize if I'm butchering that last name.
2 juniors as well.
Yeah, 2 juniors as well. That's right. So we have got whistles here by the referees.
So there's a bunch of issues right now with the play clock. So the play clock, they're having issues. So again, it's the first game for everyone.
Yep.
The play clock is having some issues. It went off, it went on, it came back on, and the Cardinals had 3 seconds to snap it.
Well, and it's going to be kind of referees got to control the clock a little bit with our guys up here. On that incomplete pass, it's Colerain's responsibility to go get that ball. So they've got a little bit of discretion of when they start that play clock, because if you've got the ball 30 yards away from the center who's supposed to handle the ball, it's going to take more time than a running play when he's right there.
That's right. So third down and 18, 17, right around that mark. This is not where Colerain wants to be with their offense. They send the house. Tyler Prather's got it. He tucks it, and he's going to keep it. He's going to be sacked for probably a 1 or 2 yard loss, and it'll be 4th down and a country mile. Colerain will have to be punting again.
Yeah, it was Jackson Kuwatch, 6'4", 220-pound senior captain, getting through the offensive line.
And that's just a coverage stack. The linebacker's kind of spying over the top. He sees the roll, and when no one's there, he feels it and closes on Prather, running into a line of scrimmage. There's just no one there. And that front pattern to the right.
So that'll bring Sinclair, who made a big play, all for naught. He's going to be punting again, taking the ball about his own 20. Lakota West, 2 returners at the 35.
You snap back to Sinclair. He's got his foot underneath it. It's a high punt. Good. Caught right at about the 34-yard line by number 5. He takes it to the sideline. Get knocked out of bounds by number 42, but not until he takes it up to about midfield. And that's where Lakota West will start off 1st and 10 here with 3:53 left to go in the opening quarter. No score, Colerain, Lakota West.
Yeah, Lakota West is the first. Did he cross the 50? First team to take it, and the other team's side of the field.
I don't know. I can't see where the orange marker is.
Yep, they're going to spot it at the Colerain 48-yard line. So Lakota West starting with their best field position of the game.
I think they're marking it right at midfield.
All right, see. But,
Well,
yeah, Colerain's got to get
this year, don't look at the sidelines. Look where the little orange flag is being put.
Beanbag.
Beanbag, whatever it is.
So right at the 50. It's Josh Brogan in at running back.
Again, Mitch Bolden in the shotgun. Takes the ball, hands it off to number 3 in the backfield. He's going to pick up positive yards, take it into Colerain territory, pick up 4, maybe 5 on the play. It'll be second down.
Yeah, nice penetration by the Colerain defense, but he showed good patience to get outside. Xander Kendall on the tackle.
Yeah, the Cardinals were there at the initial attack. It just
good blocking by the wide receivers.
Firebirds did a good job of just being patient, and the running back follows the pulling guard and picks up 4 yards.
Talked about Dante Corleone earlier. He is a senior University of Cincinnati commit. He's listed at 6'2", 340, right in the middle of that defensive line. So he's a load to move. They can get some pressure on the quarterback. Bolden did fumble last year 17 times. Snap is back to him. Hands it off once again to 23, and that just took way too much long. Yeah, Corleone just called his name. He busted through that offensive line. That's going to be a tackle for about a 2-yard loss.
You had 2 things going on there. Corleone being a big man, and also up front, Lakota West was a little off in their cadence. I think Bolden snapped it, kind of collapsed his hand for the snap. I think they were not on the same page as an offensive line and a backfield, and the easy penetration in that play was blown up before it began.
Colerain needing a big defensive play here on 3rd down and 8. And they help him out a little bit. They go hard count, draw them off sides.
That's unfortunate because now you're going from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 3.
Well, and even if they don't get it now here at 3rd and 3, you're at the 43-yard line. This is 2-down territory to get 3 yards.
In a game where scoring is at a premium, you could be right, Brian.
And West counters, they're going to take 2 of their wide receivers out and put 2 tight ends into the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see the numbers. Is that 16 and 88?
16 and 88. It looks like they're what we call it. What is it? The tank package.
88 is 6'4", 240-pound junior. I don't have 16 on the depth chart here. Let's take a look. 16, 6'4", 200-pound senior.
He's got to be short.
Yep, there's a handoff, and he is short. Picked up maybe, 1 yard, maybe 2? So good play by the Colerain defense. Again, this team is going to be led by this.
And it's going to be less than that. He's going to need the 40-yard line. It's at about the 42.
Yeah, Lavert Jarman again from his outside linebacker position.
Yeah, Lavert Jarman, I think, is a name we're going to have to pay close attention to because I think he's going to really take a step forward this year. Nice to have, by the way, number 5, Michael Best back in. He is a senior, missed almost all of last year to a blown knee and completely recouped that thing, and he's back, and he's a force in the middle of the defense. So 4th down, Tommy Bolden being risky and going for it. Mitch has got it, pitches it out to number 23, and he's going to get tackled.
Oh,
I think he's going to be short.
Speaking of the return of Michael Best.
Yep.
Michael Best with the tackle there.
What a play. I hope we got a replay on that. They go option the outside. Colerain says, no, we run the option.
Michael Best flew through the air.
And give credit not only to Michael Best, because Michael Best is the one who stops for momentum, but he might have fell forward if Sean Williamson doesn't get off of his block and kind of get in there and kind of make sure that he doesn't fall forward for the 1st down.
And great shot there on the replay by our volunteers here at Waycross. Thanks to you guys for showcasing our student athletes. You're here every week, so thank you guys. And we'll look at the replay again as it looks like he's got it. And kind of a head shot right there, a little high. But Williamson does get off, and we see as this replay, he kind of gets turned around, and there's the ball. He's a yard and a half short.
Cardinals going to mix it up here early, and they're going to go to their tank package. Xander Kendall, Michael Best, Deontay Corleone, Temazan Cachet, defensive players in on this play. Freddie Johnson back under center.
Well, Tyler Prather had a shot with his first 2 series. Now they want to mix it up, put Freddie Johnson under center as Michael Best in motion. Freddie Johnson under center, takes the ball, hands it off right up the middle, up to the 45-yard line. So 5-yard gain on first down. We'll take it.
How about when you go tank package and your linebackers and your extra guys you bring in are bigger than your offensive linemen?
On every single one of them, yes.
Was that MJ on the carry? I think it was.
Flowers.
Yeah,
So MJ Flowers, he's 6'2", 215 pounds.
You missed
junior.
it. Brandon Sinclair, defensive player, also in on this package.
So that, I'm sorry. So that was Flowers on the carry. Again, a big step forward needed for Flowers this year in this offense. 6'2", 215 at fullback. He's got to be able to move the pile. There's Freddie Johnson. He takes it, and he's going to get tackled right at the line of scrimmage. So well defended by Lakota West.
A little interesting look there. They overloaded the right side, and they take Freddie around the left side, go one-on-one. He's only got one person to beat, and nice penetration, 94. Got a name for that one?
Daniel Laritz.
Yep.
So 3rd down and 6, under 20 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Tyler Prather back in at quarterback. I'm not even sure that they're going to get this play off.
They will have to snap the ball.
Yes, there will, because
No.
there's 10 seconds.
There's 10 seconds on the clock, and there's 9 on the
Okay, no,
the
they
play
will
clock.
opposite. Flip it.
Yep,
They will
they're
not.
going to let the time run
Gonna
out.
let the timer. So, after 1 quarter of play here at Colerain High School, it is the Colerain Cardinals 0, the Lakota West Firebirds 0.
And we'd like to thank a couple our local establishment helping us out here tonight. You guys are listening to the game live at Game On. Thank you, Hunter Hampton and your crew. You got to split the pot going tonight. Every single dollar that's going to go to the athletic department. So if you haven't bought a ticket yet, please buy a ticket. Tip your waitresses. Thank you, Hunter Hampton and Game On.
So after a quarter of play, not much has happened.
It's been exactly, I think, as we would expect to see. I mean, I think, this is going to be a low-scoring affair. We felt that was going to be the case over the course of the week as we've talked about it. I mean, I can see this game 13-7, 13-10, somewhere in that range.
And keep in mind, too, the strength of Lakota West is their defense, and that's where Coach Bowden, he uses the same philosophy he did here that Combs did. You put all your best players on defense, and you make do on offense.
Right.
Yeah, they don't score, they can't beat you. So, yeah, it's a defensive struggle, and Colerain's strength is their defense. So, 3rd down and 7.
Breaking in a new offense because the defense knows exactly what you're going to run under your normal offense.
Yep, so 3rd down and 6 on the scoreboard. There goes Freddie Johnson in motion. The snap is back to Tyler Prather. There's pressure.
We have the screen set up beautifully.
Yeah,
he can get his feet set. Releasing out there, that was number 9.
MJ Flowers, the fullback, out wide open in the flat.
He's there.
And Tyler, again, this is his first varsity start, I think, right, at quarterback.
And we don't. The screen without a lot of practice is tough to run. I mean, his timing between your offensive line or chipping the defensive line, but they're letting him through. The defensive backs chase the wide receiver. There was nobody there.
Yeah.
Great play call. You just got to execute when it's there.
Yep. Execution has been shoddy on both sides from
and
an
honestly,
offensive
this
perspective.
is going to be key here because I think a big thing here is going to be the difference in special teams between these two teams.
Snap is back to Brandon St. Clair. He's got it. He's got his foot underneath it. A nice high punt. Fair catch called at the 20. It's dropped. It's fumbled. I'm not sure. The ball's still loose. It is fell on by Lakota West, but all the way back at the 15-yard line. So interesting they didn't call a penalty because the fair catch was called, but a Colerain player kind of bumped him.
It was close to being in that area where he's
Let's see it
interfering.
here. I mean, he got out of the way, but he's right in front of him, and he kind of bumped him there. I was expecting
Cardinals
a
got
flag.
lucky there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got a little lucky, but there is a change of possession. West does have the ball. Unfortunately for them, though, they're going to start all the way back at their own 16-yard line. So
and him not making that fair catch, they've lost 4 or 5 yards on that fumble. The ball scooted back, so kind of.
And not surprised, Coach Bolden is out of the 20-yard line, kind of giving it to the refs a little bit, going, "Hey, my guy got hit, and there's no flags."
I don't know if he necessarily touched him. We didn't have the best.
I don't think it matters to Tom.
Yeah,
it does. I don't know if he touched him or not, but you do have to give him the ability to catch it. So it's a moot point whether he touched him or not.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, he may have, he may not. He didn't look like he did, but he may have. Who knows? But it doesn't matter because he still has to give the returner the ability to catch the ball and not interfere. So it's not like you can go up to him and put your hand in his face or anything like that.
Right.
That probably should have fell in that category.
Yeah, and it gives the Firebirds their worst starting possession, field position. They're going to start at their own 16.
Just into the second quarter, no score. 1st down and 10 for Lakota West. Mitch takes it, runs wide, pitches it wide. He's going to get tackled, but not until he picks up. I don't even think he actually ever got tackled. He took the ball away out of bounds. He picked up, what, 6, maybe 7 on that play?
Yeah, it showed a lot of. Is
that 23 again?
That's 23. On the depth chart, we don't have him.
It's Aiden Miller. He's listed actually as an inside linebacker. They've moved him to the back.
We don't know if it's just a wrong number listed because in the depth chart we have their starting running back is Brian White.
Well, I know they
22.
Their whole thing is wrong. They gave me Bupkis here for this. It's not pretty.
We saw a first adjustment from the Firebird offense. They're kind of going play side. Cardinals are crashing to that strong side, and now they've done options back to back to that weak side.
Yep. So that was a 5-yard pickup on the first down, and here's a 5+ yard pickup all the way out to the 30. We'll call it the 34-yard line. It's going to be the first down gain of the day. This one by Lakota West.
For the offense, we had the special teams first down.
Yes. We did have the special teams first down.
Yeah, he just runs hard here. He gets behind the big offensive tackle, Spola. Does a good job driving downfield.
So Tom Bolden, of course, as we all know, has always kind of fancied himself a bit of an offensive mind. So he's had a couple of series now to check out this Colerain defense. And again, he knows so many of them. The seniors were all sophomores the last time he was here. So he's messing around with his offense here a little bit to see if he can find a way to get some room. There's a good hold up there in the front, and there's a deep pass down the far sideline, incomplete, intended for number 5, but he overshot him.
Oh, he was there just to hitch and go, and the defensive back bit on the hitch, and he was wide open. He overthrows him, throws the ball out of bounds.
And Adrian Davis, a little stop and go, and Ken Willis, and Willis bit on that stop route. But Adrian Davis, no chance of that ball. I don't even think, if he's able to track it down, it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it's overthrown by about 6 yards and out of bounds by about 3.
Ken Willis, a junior, has already been offered by the University of Akron, but he did not show it there.
Part of that growing process, huh? You're talking about a 16-year-old kid out there. He's got to learn, and he will. Snap back to Bolden, takes it, hands it off. That's going to be tackled by number 20.
Jarman again.
Yep, Jarman on the tackle. Looks like only about a 1, maybe 2-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down.
Jarman did a good job last year. Basically was Jalen Thomas needs to play offense, not defense last year. Give me a break on defense as a sophomore. Switching from 33 to number 20.
Are they leaving the offense in?
It's third
down. I'm sorry.
They're going to try. They're going to try for it on 3rd down. We'll see what happens.
A little confusion though right now, substitution-wise.
They still got 15 seconds left on the play clock. They are still moving guys in and out, though. There we go. Still 10 seconds left. Plenty of time in the shotgun. They're still moving around. Now they're running 3 wide here.
They got to call timeout.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Yep. Mitch Bolden signals a timeout. Lakota West first timeout of the game.
And here's a dynamic I would like to watch. I grew up at the Boldens. I've known Tom since the 2nd grade. Normally, the Tom that I know, with the quarterback not getting everybody lined up, would have just destroyed the quarterback. He has mellowed in his age, and he
definitely has. There's
but
no
it's
doubt
his son.
About that.
Yeah, but as a dad, I know my son didn't like it when I coached him. It's just kind of an interesting dynamic, just because I know the fans.
No
The thing
kid
with
likes to
that
be coached by
timeout
their
though is it gives Coach Cutright the ability to counter on defense, because they did not have a nickel package. They had their base package out there, and the Firebirds were in a 5-wide set.
Yeah.
It should have been a 4-wide set, and the running back was lined up wrong. But hence the timeout. But Cardinals will get a chance to adjust, and we saw in the scrimmage that Freddie Johnson played a little defense, so you might see him substituted in the game here as a kind of a slot corner.
Let's see. He's out on the field, standing next to Coach Joseph, and he is not going to go out there.
Yeah,
he is going to go out there.
Yeah,
there he is.
Looks like Colerain's going to go a little bit smaller up front, a little bit quicker, and extra defensive back.
Yeah, basically Williamson's going to drop back to safety corner.
Yep.
Freddie's going to come play that corner.
So you've got Willis and Freddie on corners, and you've got Williamson and Sinclair in the middle at the safety
Mike Best
position.
is going to drop from his linebacker position down to the D line.
Yep. And there's number 30 again, Terrell Banks, that 6'2", 175-pound sophomore's in there on the edge. So here we go, 3rd down and 7. Big defensive stand for the Colerain Cardinals. Let's see if they can make it. There's a deep pass, and again, long overshot. Beat his man did I think it was 23 once again, but it is incomplete, so it'll be 4th down and 7.
And it's a good idea. When they counter with that sort of a dime package, you want to isolate the linebacker and the wide receiver, or the guy you want to throw to. They put the running back, set him in motion as that slot receiver to draw out Kendall man-to-man, and just ran a wheel right against him. But Kendall did a good enough job of slowing him down at the line of scrimmage, and Bolden overthrows him.
You think Mitch is a little pumped up? I mean, he spent his entire career before last year in the Colerain system, right? Grew up through Colerain Elementary, went to Colerain Middle.
He's a Firebird now. All that's behind him.
There's a snap back and the punt. A little bit of pressure by the Colerain Cardinals on defense. It's a high punt, fair catch called, and it is caught. That is Freddie Johnson. I tell you what, I love Freddie Johnson on punt returns. I really do. Not necessarily because I think he's going to break a whole lot, but I feel very confident in his ability to catch the ball and secure it. Not that that's been an issue for us. It hasn't. I don't want to paint a picture that it's been an issue. It hasn't, but I feel good about him back there catching the ball.
Well, and what we saw right there, that punt was high enough. He had guys standing right in front of him.
Yeah, you're not going to run anywhere.
So, yeah, it's maybe a little bit more composed being the starting quarterback last year.
Right.
But we know, give him a chance to run. He's dynamic.
He can move. There's no doubt about it. He can scoot. So we'll see what happens here.
Series.
Well, Tyler's out there.
And so was Freddie.
Yep. Freddie will be back in the backfield.
We got to make a substitution, I guess.
Here's the chance if I was the Colerain Cardinals. You see this, the Mr. Ohio State commit,
so this
Jair Brown.
This is a big for Brown to come out.
He has to check out. He has an equipment issue. Of course,
I don't think it was.
Of course, Alex Afario has offers from UC and Miami. At the other corner, is going to just roll over. So the strength. Here's the thing. Colerain wants to start throwing the ball finally this year, and then the first team they play is the team arguably with the best secondary besides ourselves in the city.
And besides LaSalle.
Besides LaSalle, who has
theirs is ridiculous.
6 Big Ten recruits.
All right, first down and 10. There's a handoff. We've got a breakaway. That's MJ Flowers takes it. I think it was MJ.
It is.
Okay, great. Took it up to the 36-yard line. 37, I think they're going to mark it. So 6-yard pickup for MJ Flowers on first down.
Colerain has had decent job on first down. And second down, they've kind of made mistakes and some penalties and kind of set up a long third down. And see what they can do here with a second down and 4.
MJ Flowers, of course, started last year at fullback, played about 4 or 5 games, and then kind of came out when Jalen Thomas stepped in and really diversified that offense.
Well, he was a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore, right?
This year,
and he had some fumbling issues last year. There's a spin and a handoff once again to Flowers. He takes it, lowers his helmet, and picks up the first down. Good run for the junior, MJ Flowers.
All right, looks like Cutright and Williams have made some type of adjustment up front, and these are just straight dives by the fullback. I don't know if
they're not dives. They're little fullback traps.
Yep.
And they've noticed that the Firebirds are jumping there what normally would be the read, and they're like, just take advantage. And we saw it for a first down for the Firebirds when they ran a trap. You let the over-aggressive defense overplay, you seal them off, and it gives you the outside.
So 9:10 to go here in the first half. Still no score between Lakota West and Colerain. It has been a battle of 2 very good defenses so far. First down and 10 for the Cardinals on their own 44-yard line. Tyler Prather takes it, snaps it back to Freddie Johnson. He's looking for some room. It's some good defense there. There's a flag thrown.
Yeah, on the edge. I think they're going to get Colerain with a hold.
It's usually where that's thrown in the midst of, trying to find Freddie some room to run, and I think it's going to cost him.
I'll tell you what, just looking at this Lakota West defense, not just the 3 guys on the defensive front, but 33. That's outside linebacker, 6'4" Kuwatch, another one of your captain.
Yeah.
That's an impressive, just an appearance-wise, just an impressive defensive front.
Yeah, it's interesting. You talked before about the depth, right? But the interesting dynamic to the season, again, is no varsity team is permitted to have more than 60 players on their squad. So each team is just picking their best 60 and dressing them and putting them on the sideline. So you would think that would benefit a school like Colerain, right?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at the depth chart here, a lot of their seconds are seniors. Our seconds are sophomores. So just full depth, but that's a huge spot penalty. That's going to take it all the way back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that is huge.
First and 24.
Freddie Johnson in motion. There's the counter once again. Amari Shannon's got it. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Well defensed by Lakota West.
Yeah, Squazzy Jones stays home on the counter. He's got one man. He's got to make the tackle. There's nobody else there, and he fills the hole properly.
Jair Brown back out on the field for that play.
He was out in the last place.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, wait for Colerain and Prather. We've seen a couple throws downfield in the attempt. Just kind of a little swing pass. Get your athletes out in spaces. Just a quick pop to the outside to your slot receiver.
It is really interesting to see the dynamic where you have Tyler Williams, the offensive coordinator, again, who's the all-time leading rusher here in Colerain history. what he does with this offense where they want to throw the ball. There goes a man in motion. Tyler Prather drops back. There's only one guy deep, and it's Isaiah Myers. And he's just beyond Isaiah Myers. He got on his horse, and he dove for the ball just beyond his outstretched fingertips. So beautiful pass by Tyler Prather, just a little too long.
He's got to get a little air underneath it and let his athlete get underneath him. But, he doesn't need much, and he had 2 steps on him. We saw Mitch Bolden overthrow him twice. Prather takes a hit.
You got to think that kind of he gets hit on the back end of his release. You got to think they probably took a little bit out from
a little bit of momentum out of it. Yep. Was that Brown that he blew right by?
It was.
Yep. Isaiah Myers, again, big boy. I mean, talk amongst some of the coaches and some of the players is that he's probably going to be an incredibly highly recruited player, even as a receiver in this offense, before it's all said and done. And again, he's only a junior.
But again, we see a little issue this year, and the teams are going to have to adjust. You throw a deep pass, you're at the discretion of the referees, and Cardinals not ready. The play clock running down.
Yeah.
You got to get back.
You're almost going to have to designate your ball boys, your ball men, whatever you want to call them, have one deep and one short, everybody with the ball in their hand because, as I said, that one was 30, 40 yards down the field.
Can't they bring a ball in from the sideline?
They did bring a ball to the sidelines, but Myers has to run all the way back. They have to get the ball back to him, so
it's something that all teams have got to adjust to.
Do want to take a quick second here and thank all the Colerain faithful. As I look in the stands, everyone is masked up. Everyone is social distance. They're sitting on their dots. They're doing a great job. This was the case last week during the scrimmage. And, if you care about the students and you care about the athletes, no matter what the sport is, you're going to follow the rules and follow the guidelines because the OSHA is sending out what I'll call compliance officers all over the state. And they're kind of unmarked, right? You don't really know who they are. And they're checking to make sure that things are being done right. And if they're not, you can get shut down. I mean, that's not their intent. Their intent is to educate and correct. But thanks to all the Colerain fans here who are doing exactly what they need to do to make the Colerain Cardinal season possible.
Comes out of the timeout, and they're questioning where to line up. They still got 9 seconds.
6 seconds on the play clock. Tyler Prather under center directly, takes the ball, hands it off up the middle. MJ Flowers has got it, so no intent there to try and pick up the first down. It was a safe handoff right up the middle. MJ picked up 3 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 17, 18 yards. They're going to punt. So unfortunately, what started off as a good series there, really got undone by the holding call and put Colerain in a hole they just couldn't get themselves out of.
4th and 18.
Getting back to the interesting thing, I mean, what do you guys think about, Tyler as the offensive coordinator clearly grew up in a very traditional triple option oriented run offense, now being asked to kind of manage more of a passing offense. It's an interesting dynamic. Sinclair gets the kickoff. It takes a good bounce, picked up at the 30, taken down to the 35, up to the 35. Sean Williamson on the tackle.
We get into it. He went to Akron and they kind of ran a spread, but he also has experience, and you saw a lot of it. You see it with the way they ran the ball out of those heavy sets, out of those kind of unbalanced formations. Tyler played a couple years in an arena league where running the football is a very different, very kind of formations. It's not a kind of spread it out kind of offense. So you have to take a little bit of that. You take a little bit of what you had at Akron. You take a little bit of what you learned here at Colerain.
So Lakota West with 6 minutes, 59 seconds left till halftime.
Speaking of halftime, another adjustment on a halftime. Maybe after this first play, you can let our listeners know, Brandon, what halftime's going to kind of look like. We kind of saw a preview of it before the game as Lakota West was not in the locker room. They were actually over on the practice field. We'll talk about halftime here in just a minute. There's a snap back to Bolden. He takes it, hands it off once again to number 22. He's shifty. He's got through the backfield, and ran a long way, but he picked up about 4, maybe 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, we're going to have a substitution with Colerain.
Let's see. That was Brian White, the 5'10", 180-pound senior.
One of the Colerain players' helmet came off, so they got
2 substitutions. Mike Bess's his
foot came
shoe
off.
came off.
Right.
So it's a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And the thing about it, the guy who just went in for Cachet's helmet is the same guy who was asked to go in for Bess's shoe. So another person came in to play D-line.
Bolden drops back, looks the path, throws it deep down the field. It's being tracked, and it is incomplete. Great coverage out on the side by Kenny Willis Jr. He turned his head around, looked for the ball, almost came down with it, but number 6 didn't let that interception happen, and it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yep.
Much better pass for Mitch Bolden that time.
And the receiver has the kind of over-the-top space, but Willis does a good job of closing the gap, using his body, and he turns it from the receiver having the advantage to he closes, uses his body, and the DB has the advantage.
Great replay there on Waycross. Thanks again. You could see that play out beautifully. So now it's 3rd down and 5. And clock stops there. Play clock down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Mitch Bolden in at quarterback again for Lakota West. There's the clap and the snap back. Looks the pass, throws. It's a short pass, and it is way over the intended target's head. It'll be 4th down and 5.
Yeah, just looking for a quick hook there, and it was well covered. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's the pressure.
It's a pressure and a mistake by Mitch Bolden because he went to the outside hitch. The inside hitch was much more open for the first down.
But it
he still has to connect on the throw because that was high.
I didn't get a number. There was a 50 number. 53 for Colerain. Got
yes.
Great. Deshaun Stewart got great penetration, and maybe he couldn't get to that slot receiver because the hand was in the way. So
6'2", 245-pound junior defensive lineman. He's been in on a couple of plays now. There's a high snap back, almost blocked.
Thank you very much.
Yep, and it goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. Referee's going to take it all the way up to the 49-yard line for the Colerain Cardinals. So they'll start on their own 49.
7-yard net, and again, another special team. The way these offenses are going, the way the defenses have really controlled the ball, it's going to be the special teams that really dictate it. So far, the Cardinals have won that game, and they've flipped the field position. But right now, last possession, that advantage was wasted away with that long penalty. So the offense got to adjust here and make a play.
How big is the first score of this game going to mean? I mean, I think it means a lot, right?
It will get the first score will give that team the lead.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I walked right into that. There we go. There's a handoff up the middle. Good pressure. Pick up about 4 yards on that first down run. Once again, MJ Flowers.
Yep. And again, we saw the adjustment from Firebirds. The Cardinals overplay the motion. They went against it. Again, the Firebirds defense kind of overplays the motion, and they kind of try to do that little fullback counter underneath and catch it. Flowers just can't get away from the grip of that interior line, but he's got enough from the hole and the formation to pick up 4 yards.
Got Freddie Johnson in the slot this time. Give him a quick hitch out there. You got single coverage.
Yep. Oh, ball's on the ground. Tyler Prather picks it up. That's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Prather never got the ball from center. Just falls straight to the ground. But it's second down that's killing the Colerain.
Yeah, that's you cannot make that mistake. Now it's 3rd down and 9.
3rd down, and Sinclair's going to come in the ball game. This could give us three wide receivers.
Hamza Abdul Wahid. No,
nope.
Not the case.
Yoel
I know.
Your tight end.
Still a fun name to say, Yoel Cachet, but do miss Hamza.
The Cachet brothers, Yoel and
that's right.
Temesgen.
A long time to get this play in. 10 seconds left at the play clock.
They're going to have to move quickly. They do have one timeout left.
Shotgun formation.
Yep,
4
5
wide
seconds,
receivers.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and there's the
timeout.
Yep. They were close. They probably would have got that off, I think.
Yeah. Called from the sidelines. That was that cut right that called.
I don't know.
Looking at his
couple
offensive coordinator.
And Tyler's
pick up the tempo.
Spinning his hands like, come on, let's get a sense of urgency. Come on, we got to go.
I think this is kind of that play in particular. I think you can see, obviously, Colerain I think is a little bit drained because you have a lot of players going both ways. I think that's a little bit obvious. It's just the second quarter, but the Cardinals are playing 1.5 platoon football, where Firebirds are playing 2 platoon football. The other thing, I think this just that one play alone where we forced a timeout, it's very evident that this is a different year in terms of there's no sense of urgency because look around you. The atmosphere is not your typical Friday night, and I think that was kind of evident there where there is no that crowd feeding you. There is no that energy from the crowd to play off. You're just kind of going through the motions right now on both sides of the ball.
We'll try and get a couple of post-game interviews with some of the players and ask them that very question. That's a great call out, Brian. Brandon, sorry.
So Prather's going to go in this shotgun.
Issue with the play clock.
61 seconds left on the play clock.
That's fine by me. Give them all the time they need.
They haven't.
All right, there we go. Now we've got the play clock.
So now it's at 23 seconds.
But we might. They're going to take off the play clock and they're going to keep it on the field now.
I don't understand what is so the play clock we run into.
Well,
almost every stadium we're in, it seems to be an issue. I don't know what the big deal is.
It's very cold outside, and that affects the wiring.
I don't even.
It's preseason for everybody. You've got volunteers.
This
pushing
happens in
buttons.
weeks like 6. I mean, it happens all the time.
But you're not talking about professional statisticians and professional
or announcers
tech
for that
boards.
case, right?
Exactly.
It is actually very hot.
Third down and 9. No, I think we all know that. Third down and 9. Tyler Prather drops, rolls to his right, looks the pass, throws it, and it is intended for Freddie Johnson. He just couldn't quite get around to catch it, and unfortunately it falls incomplete. So
Throwing on the run, I don't know if there was just a mix-up in the pattern. He just needed to get past the 39, and if he just kind of runs into that area and turns and hooks, he's still running down the field on a fly route, and he throws behind him.
So much
what?
learning that normally happens in the preseason with 2 scrimmages and sometimes a 7-on-7.
7-on-7.
Right, and almost none of that happened for Colerain. Almost nothing happened.
For no team.
For no one, right. But specifically for Colerain, who's moving clearly to an offense where they want to throw the ball more than they have in the past.
So here comes Sinclair again. He had a little trouble with the snap, a little slow. This time's a little bit better.
Oh, it was a very good snap. Low line drive, caught at the 15-yard line. Good initial hit by number 3. Sean Williamson kind of tripped up number 5 a little bit. He did take it out to the 25, and that'll be where Lakota West takes over with 4:42 left to go in the opening half. Let's take a second here, and Brandon, let's talk what's going to happen in halftime. I know the halftime, you don't know. I don't know either. So here's what's going to happen, right? The halftime's going to get shortened. It normally is.
I knew that. I thought you were talking about there's something special.
No.
Halftime will be just 10 minutes.
Right.
Both teams will not go to their locker rooms. They'll
Right.
just go, like it's a JV game, they'll just go to either end zone.
That's exactly right. So again, it's going to have a very scrimmage feel to it. So
But
point being,
I
don't
think
step away from halftime for too long because we'll be back.
But I
pretty
think the
quickly.
teams, you say 10 minutes, but I believe the teams have their discretion of how long that's going to be.
15 in motion. Mitch Bolden takes it, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, and Mike Best hits him and takes his helmet right off.
Oh, they're going to call that a face mask, I believe.
He wrapped him up, and he took him down, and the helmet came off.
But did he
grab the
grab the mask, or
Maybe.
does
Let's
the
take a look here
arm
and see here on
slide
Waycross.
up?
I mean, he's got him wrapped. We're not going to be able to see 22.
So he's got his hands together, and his hands pull
His
up the
hands
back
come
of
up
the
and
helmet.
take the helmet off. That's not a penalty. Maybe they pick it up.
Personal foul. They are calling it a face mask.
Well, that's
Personal foul, face mask, Colerain.
Yeah, I don't know the ruling because he's not intentional. He doesn't grab it. It's just the act of his arms are catching. His locks in his arms, and
see
his
if we
arms.
can see it here again. The replay.
What? His arms.
his
roll
arms
up,
are wrapped around his shoulders
and
as
they-
he's tackling.
Yeah,
No,
he got a little
no.
finger.
It slides
He got
up
a
and he
little
grabs
finger.
it.
He got a little finger in there.
Yeah, he slides up and he grabs it. I got it.
So does Michael Best have a high tackle issue? Because we saw it before on the far sideline. That's twice
Well,
we've seen he's tackling
kind
high.
of a tall linebacker.
And
He's
the
not
guy-
6'7".
The running back ducks under you, Chris.
Oh, I understand.
So that's a first down and brings the ball out to the Lakota West 39.
First down and 10, still no score. 4:32 left to go in the opening half. Defense being asked to do a lot on both teams, as both offenses are really sputtering here a little bit. No real scoring threat at all so far in this game. Mitch Bolden takes it, hands it off to number 22. White's got it. He's going to run around, look for some room, and he's going to slip and fall because there was a wall of Cardinals there, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss.
Another big play by Jarman.
Yeah, Levert has been all over the place, and he does a good job. As the outside linebacker, his job is to keep contained, and he doesn't rush down, he doesn't collapse down. He keeps an arm on the guy trying to block him, keeps the outside, and the running back has 2 choices. He either tries to go around or he cuts it back in, and this time, in an attempt, he kind of took the worst of both worlds. He tried to go outside, cut back inside, realizing he doesn't there, and just kind of slid on his butt, and he's an easy tackle.
So 2nd and 13, they brought in the 2 tight ends again.
There's a pitch, a short pass out, an immediate tackle. Again, tackle made by number 29, Kenny Willis Jr. No gain on that play. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Willis showed it last year, starting as a sophomore. We saw it. He hit that big hit in the Fairfield game. He is a very, very good open field tackler out there on the outside for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Lakota West runs a play that I was asking Colerain to. Just kind of get your guys out in space there, just a one-on-one, and Colerain makes the tackle. They brought in the extra defensive back, Freddie Johnson, in the ball game. They've gone with an extra defensive back. See if they can put pressure up front.
Mike is working hard to collect scores from around the city.
Timeout, Coach Bolden.
And we'll try and have those scores for you at halftime, as we have, along with
Well,
the
we have
first
to be
half
fast
stats.
this year. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
we
a
don't
lot
have-
of
yeah.
pressure on me, isn't
Yeah,
it?
well, Mike's over here writing down some stuff, and he's already got some He's also got a very interesting one right off the bat.
Yeah, we've got 2:48
We
left
do know
to
that
play.
Witten Woods and Edgewood were not scheduled to play, and they played. We also know St. X doesn't play till tomorrow.
That's right. That's what we know so far.
LaSalle.
LaSalle and Elder are playing tonight.
Who?
I think they're the Blitz 5 game of the week, and they normally play in week 10 every year. So they're completely flip-flopped. This whole season is just bizarre. It
You know
just
what?
has a
You know
bizarre
what's
feeling
you know
to
what's
it.
even bizarre? You love the neighbor. We've got the rival with the Boldens, but our friends there at Game On.
Yep.
It's a Colerain. It's a Colerain establishment. It's a LaSalle establishment. I believe they got both games going on right now. So
There you go.
just root for the red team.
You're exactly right. They're loaded with Red fans all over the place. So a bunch of Cardinal fans, a bunch of Lancer fans.
And remember, buy a ticket for Split the Pot. Thank you, Game On.
Yeah, exactly. Big
tell you,
shout out to Game On and everything
big
they do to
play
support.
right now. If Colerain can stop them with 2:48 left to play. Colerain doesn't have any timeouts left. Lakota West only has one.
So the most important thing here is do not give up the big first down. 22 now, empty backfield, 3 wide receivers split wide to the left. Mitch Bolden drops back, looks a pass, throws it over the middle. It is caught, and a first down is achieved by number 22. Sean Williamson made the tackle, but not until the ball is complete into Colerain territory, all the way down to the 41-yard line. It'll be a first down for Lakota
And
West.
the same thing they did last time. Motion that 5th wide receiver into the slot. Get him done, but instead of this time running a wheel route where he has to kind of bend out and run a route where you might overthrow him, it's just a straight go route. Hits him right away.
And he ran his pattern right where the outside linebacker blitzed from, so it was a good call. Good read by the quarterback, and Mitch makes the delivery.
Yep, big conversion on third down for Lakota West. 2 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. All right. Bolden's got it. It was a high snap. Drops back, looks a pass, throws it deep down the field. It is going to be incomplete, and there's no flag on the play, and Tom Bolden is losing his mind.
And so is the entire Lakota West side. It was just kind of a jump ball. There's no uncatchable pass in high school, and there's a lot of contact down there.
Well, you'll probably see it here on Waycross.
I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say this.
Oh.
No replay. Sorry.
That's okay.
There's also a very large section in the Lakota West section that's not socially distancing. I don't want to get it shut down. I'm just saying.
So it'll be second down
Big
and 10.
big incompletion. No call by the referees.
Other than incomplete. Second down and 10 for Lakota West.
Does stop the clock.
Yep, 2:05. They're throwing the football here. That's what they're trying to do.
They've got a couple guys deep on the Colerain Cardinals. They got to get pressure up front.
Yep. Oh.
Jarman has done a great job making tackles. This time it's
The
a
only
mental
thing is
mistake.
he's on the outside.
He can get back.
Isn't he allowed to get back?
Encroachment
He's not on
35
the
yards, Colerain.
interior.
So that does pick up 5 yards.
Second and 5, ball spotted on the 36-yard line.
They gave up 5 yards there with no time coming off the clock.
And we don't know what kind of kicker that they've got, but they're almost into field goal territory.
I think this is the deepest penetration for any offense of either team so far this game, right?
Yeah, considering we only got to like the 45.
Right. Have we played it down in West territory
Yeah.
yet?
Yes.
And then we fumbled it.
Yep, that's right. So there's the handoff by Mitch right across the middle. A good hit made, but a good run by number 3 for Lakota West. He got smacked right in the middle and kept running.
Yeah, he picks up 3, and again, Best's helmet comes off, so we're going to make a substitution on a big third down play, third down and short.
First his shoe, now his helmet.
Mike's got to keep that helmet on. We can't afford to have a third down and short and not have Mike Best out there on the field. That happened last week. He lost the helmet in the scrimmage too. Strap that thing up, young man. So big, the sparse Colerain crowd. I mean, it's pretty full for what it can be
I
again.
think this would be a good play for Bolden if he knows, or for Lakota West to play action, throw it. If you know you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Minute and 30 left, no score. Mitch Bolden takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, tries to pick up the first down, and he's going to be short. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they run an option there. He keeps it. He probably should have given that ball up.
I don't think it matters. The man on the outside there, if you see here, that's, again, Levert Jarman. He was there, I think, regardless.
And I don't believe it was a read. By watching the replay, it was a straight quarterback follow. He does lose a half yard. Here it comes. 4th down and 3. Under a minute to play in this first half.
Colerain stands are on their feet trying to implore this defense. to make a second 4th down stop on the day.
Lakota West they do have a timeout left, but they don't want. If they don't get it here, they don't want to give Colerain any time. Don't go off sides.
They tried. Yep. They tried to clap him off sides, and the defense held.
They'll let the clock run down.
Which is interesting to me because, I mean, what is it? 34-yard line plus 17.
That's a 51-yard attempt. I mean, you're not gonna.
Yeah, but my understanding is Caleb Rao is a very accomplished kicker.
Well, maybe they do shoot because you're right. As long as it goes into the end zone, Colerain gets it at the 20. And they're going to have less than 20 seconds to try and do anything with it.
And they no timeouts left to stop the ball.
So,
but they have.
You add all that up, and it's. You're right, Brandon. It makes total sense for them to now attempt the extra point.
Well, they're not going to. They just lost 5 yards. It went from the 51-yard field goal to 56.
They didn't lose 5 yards. They called timeout.
They called timeout. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I think they're just going to go for it, but.
Oh, absolutely. And then they've got a couple downs. I mean, if they pick up the first down, they can down the ball. Right. So 39 seconds left.
I didn't even put that one on here.
Till halftime. Titanic defensive struggle. It's not to not.
Not.
4th and 3 from the Colerain 34-yard line.
This is football of the European variety. It's 0-0.
Nice.
So they do not send on the field goal team.
Yeah, it's expected.
It's Tom, right? He's in Colerain territory. He wants to try and
it's a low risk, high reward situation here.
So Mitch Bolden in shotgun. One goes in motion. Snap is back. Takes it. Hands it off on the sweep. He drops back. Looks to pass. The throw is deep down, and it is incomplete. Incomplete pass intended for number 5, number 29, I think. Is he the one out there?
Yeah, Kenny
Willis Jr.
Ball was kind of underthrown, so it turns it to a jump ball. Lakota West does get a hand on it.
And a kind of a giveaway, though, because Caleb Rao, again, mentioned as your kicker.
Right.
He's also the backup quarterback. This is the first time you see him in motion getting the football. I think you might think he's going to be throwing the ball in that situation.
You think? You're right. Caleb Rao, who started last year as a starter for Lakota West, before he got injured, I think about 2 or 3 games in. So now the Cardinals will take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 29-yard line with only 31 seconds.
They're not going to do anything here but take a snap, take a knee, run the clock out.
Yep. So we'll make sure that happens without the ball getting fumbled in anything. And there we go. Tyler Prazer takes it, takes a knee. Will he have to snap the ball one more time?
Should have brought Freddie in. Ran that, what was it, a couple years
ago?
Don't
put the knee down?
Was it Middle Tennessee or Eastern Kentucky? Western Kentucky. They kind of faked it.
Is that the MEAC? I mean, is that what you're asking?
No, it was a MAC game. It was a Maction game.
Maction game?
And it was like right on the edge of if they could run the clock out or not.
Right.
So they faked taking the knee, and he ran like 40 yards, and then they could take the rest of the knees for sure and run it out. But there will be no such nonsense here. After one half of play, Cardinals kneel the ball, clock will run out, and after one half of play here at Colerain High School, it's the Lakota West Firebirds 0, the Colerain Cardinals 0.
We'll be back shortly with scores from around the city as well as stats from this game. I don't know that they'll be all that pretty to look at, but we'll have them. Thanks for tuning in to WeAreColerain.com and Waycross Community TV.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
play sports for my school, I will have more confidence. I will get better grades.
I will learn how to show good sportsmanship.
I will be more physically fit. I will learn how to handle wins and losses in sports and in life. I will have more school spirit.
I'll learn how to work together.
I will learn to set goals and work to reach them.
I'll make good decisions off the field.
If I play sports for my school,
If I play sports for my school,
If I play sports for my school,
I will learn how to be a leader.
Spectators are not permitted on the field at any time at the conclusion of tonight's game.
And we're back to some halftime scores and no stats because of every, oh no, we do have some stats. I was going to say the stats of all things going wrong. The printer,
there's not many to talk about in the stats, but go give us some scores.
the scores are out in the GMC.
Congregate in the stands, walkways, or parking lots at the conclusion of tonight's game.
Hamilton leads Princeton 14-13. Princeton scored right before half, but mixed the extra point.
At the conclusion of the game.
Fairfield Mason are tied at 3 apiece. Oak Hill's looking for Coach Roden's first win. They lead Milford 17-14 and Lakota East 17-7 over Sycamore. In the GCL, Moeller trails Bishop Hartley 10-0 at halftime. And elsewhere, Elder with a big surprise. They jumped out 14-0 over LaSalle. LaSalle climbed back, but before half, Elder scores. Elder leads LaSalle 21-14 at half. Elsewhere, the one score I did pick up, St. Edward's was beating Maslin Washington 7-3, but then 2 touchdowns. Maslin has a wide receiver going to Ohio State. He has since had 2 long touchdowns. Maslin leads St. Ed's 17-7 at halftime. That's all the scores I got.
All right, we'll briefly look at these stats. They're going to come out of halftime pretty quick. Really not much stats to look at. Both teams with only 2 first downs. Colerain has rushed the ball 14 times for 38 yards. Or excuse me, West for 14 carries for 38 yards. Colerain 16 times for 34 yards. Passing yards, 23 for West. Colerain yet to complete a pass. That's it. That's your offensive stats. Not much going on there. Defensively, Jarman Levert leading Colerain with 6 tackles, 2.5 of them for loss. Apologize for this. Stat guys are out of it, so they're emailing me stuff as we talk. The individual stats, MJ Flowers for Colerain, 6 carries, 27 yards for a long of 7. For Lakota West, Adam Miller, 5 carries, 19 yards. So we're about ready to go start this second half. As we saw, Lakota West had won the toss. They deferred to the second half. They're going to be starting the ball on offense.
Quick update. LaSalle, quarterback, makes a spin move, gets out of the sack, hits a receiver for a touchdown. They score with just 20 seconds left in the half, and they go to halftime. Tied 21-21 LaSalle Elder.
I think the story to be told from those stats, Brian, and thanks for getting those via phone.
There are no stats.
It's ugly. It's ugly.
Both teams with less than 40 yards total offense.
I mean, that's just – you expect offenses to struggle a little bit more in the beginning part of the year. They are both living on the struggle bus right now.
Well,
I mean, they are just –
give it up to the 2 defensives. You know, both these
right.
coaches have the same philosophy, Cartwright and
Bolden, no question.
And Bolden, they both put all their athletes and rely on a defense, and we've seen that from both teams. So Colerain comes to kick off for the first time.
So there's a low line drive kick, and that's going to go right out of bounds. I'm not sure. Can't imagine that was the plan, but Lakota West will start off with the ball on the 35-yard line.
Well, the way these offenses are going, the only positive either team has had has come from special teams. So maybe it wasn't on purpose. Don't even let them have a big special teams play.
Maybe.
I believe we might have a number change. That's 45, your kicker. We got a list in the program. I believe the kicker was got listed as 85. That's Jaden Pinchney, a soccer player. But, I mean, starting field positions to 35 is pretty much where a lot of the possessions have started this year, or this week. So we see what type of adjustments either one of these coaches have made.
And so once again, that's Aiden Miller lined up right next to Mitch Bolden in the backfield. He saw a lot of carries in the first half. Mitch Bolden with the clap, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, keeps himself. He's met after a short 2-yard pickup.
You know what, I've been really surprised from Lakota West, and maybe they're holding on to it. You have 2 Division I players that are athletes in Brown and Afari. We have not seen either one, I think, really on the offensive side of the ball. I know you have your guys either way on either side, but you got a guy that's going to Ohio State. He's got speed.
Well, yeah,
anything to go
we haven't
offensively.
seen him play, but when his brother was here at Colerain, we saw a big interception he made
against
a huge
Elder.
play, and one of the fastest guys. So with that type of genetics, I'm sure Brown can run too.
No question. Look at Jordan. He is bouncing on the sideline, ready to go. There's a pass out to number 5. He sidesteps the tackle, sidesteps another tackle.
That ball's coming back.
Williamson was blocked in the back.
There comes a flag out late in there as well.
I don't know if we're going to have a second flag.
You think it's the same thing? I'm guessing it is.
Well, that second one came in awful late.
There
might have been something behind the play. A block in the back, spot foul. No, he's just making sure that everybody saw the first one.
Yep.
So again, second down, which has killed Colerain. This time it hurts Lakota West. They get a player out in space. He makes a couple guys miss, but we look here, just a blatant block in the back. So that'll bring it all the way back to the 30 yards. Second down and 15. Again, the play clock had troubles, so it is off. Play clock on the field.
I heard a couple of guys say, "Here's the replay. You can see it." Oh, they just had to cut away from it as we get ready to go to live action. They were going to try. I heard a couple of guys pass through in the press box. They were going to try and do the play clock again. Sometimes it's just easier to run right there on the field. Okay, here we go now. Second down and 14. No score between Colerain and Lakota West. Number 5 in motion. He takes the handoff. He's going to run wide, try and find some room. The Colerain defense stretches it out, and he is met by a wall and gets absolutely nothing.
Again, assignment football. They stretch the play out, stretch the play. Kenny Willis comes up from his defensive back, only picks up a 1 yard, but we got a Colerain player down. I believe that's Lavert Jarman down on the field.
And the young man hurt appears to be Lavert Jarman.
That's what I just said.
Who has been all over the field.
He plays aggressively. He's an aggressive player.
Well, kind of undersized. I mean, he's a linebacker, but listed here at only 175 pounds, 5'10".
Take this minute, if we can, to talk about a very important organization here at Colerain High School, and that's the Colerain Boosters. It's something that is so critical for all of the sports as well as the activities here at Colerain for hundreds and hundreds of kids that are part of the extracurricular activities here at Colerain. And there's Jarman. He gets up on his own and walks off on his own power. And we'll talk a little bit more about it here in the second half. But the fact of the matter is that Colerain was only able to sell 500 tickets for tonight's game. And that is roughly 4,000 tickets short of what capacity no doubt would have been met for in this game. So there's a lot of money that's been left on the table due to this pandemic, and we are really asking our community and our sponsors and our alumni and family to step up and seriously and thoughtfully consider joining the Colerain Boosters. We'll talk a little bit about how to do that very easily and simply here in just a minute.
So here comes a third down attempt, 3rd down and 14.
Empty backfield
Running back
now.
in the slot. Someone's got to pick him up this
Yep,
time.
5 wide receivers. Corleone getting some push along the sideline. Pass is skipped. Incomplete for number 22.
Same formation, same concept. Take the running back, take him on motion, line him up with that 5th wide receiver. And again, he's there. Mitch Bolden just misses him.
Yeah, they rolled the linebacker out to cover him, but he just ran right past him. Colerain, if they hit that, he's gone. And it's been there every time.
Kiner's there to make the tackle, but yes.
Yeah, Freddie
He's got the
Johnson's going to
first
go
down.
back along with Sean Williamson. Haven't had a return yet. Punters have been keeping him away, and he shanked his last one.
Keep in mind, Mitch Bolden only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of learning to do himself. It was a snap back, not a whole lot of pressure. A high punt, fair catch called by Freddie Johnson, right at the 38-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Cardinals.
There's not a lot to talk about in this game in terms of movement. You talked about Freddie Johnson, the guy you like back there. He did very smart. And you see kind of rugby players will do this sometimes. He didn't put his chest out, so if it bounced off his chest, that it would bounce forward where the defender's coming in. He turned his chest to the sideline. So if he does drop that ball, it's going to go straight out of bounds.
How about that? A little bit of insight there.
Freddie has a big rugby background, so it's
No, I'd like that. I'm saying you don't see that often. I'm not saying that's his background is.
So here's what we kind of talked about
Freddie.
speaking of Freddie Johnson now in at quarterback to start the second half, at least the first series here for the Colerain Cardinals. Little change of place, a little bit different look than Tyler Prather. There goes Freddie Johnson's going to take it, keep it himself, step it up into the middle. He's going to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. I think this is the right move.
Well, you got to try something. I mean, you've only had 34 yards of offense. Prather didn't have a completion. Hadn't had a lot of time to throw the ball either. He had a couple close.
Well, a couple of those throws, he missed, and you kind of wonder if he was, just a little hesitant in the backfield. I mean, I would be. If that Afari kid is coming after me, I don't know that I want to stand in and take that hit. Freddie Johnson, of course, a senior, was a starter all last year, has a level of confidence. There goes Shannon in motion. There's a handoff to MJ Flowers. He got hit immediately and taken down. No gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 7 upcoming.
They've had success with that fullback coming on the opposite side, but this time, good penetration. This defensive line is one of the best that I've seen at the high school level in a long time. We've got a good one, but they've got 4 guys up front that just, as we hear from the coaching staff, they got some dudes.
Yeah, how many times have we heard Bolden say that over the years while he was here at Colerain? We got some dudes.
So 3rd down and 7.
There's this pitch back to number 7. He cuts it, makes a block. He's going to have enough for the first down. Yep, face mask. He's going to have enough for the first down. Doesn't matter. Face mask on the penalty. Number 7 on the carry.
Shannon Murray with his first carry of the night. When he came in last year in spurts, and he was a guy, he was kind of small, wasn't going to break a lot of tackles, but he had that extra burst, that little extra kick, the little extra wheel, and he hit that hole hard, picked up a first down here, and from a junior senior puts on a little weight, and he kind of carries that, breaks a little bit of that arm tackle, picks up a first down, and draws 15 yards.
Well, no, 5-yard first down.
5 yards.
He's only listed at 5'7", 155.
I like it. Yeah, Brandon said he put on weight, but he put it on to 155.
Yeah, he was like 130, 145.
He was really small.
He was a very skinny guy.
So Colerain into Lakota territory.
Yep, so he stays on the field along with Amari Shannon, who goes in motion. There's MJ Flowers. There's a counter. Oh, ball's on the ground, and it's picked off by Lakota West.
Oh, the first turnover of the game.
That is an absolute
the counter was there, the time, but maybe the handoff a little high caught him in the chest. There was space, but Colerain with the first turnover. As we watched the replay, it's there, and don't reach for the ball. It's just kind of blown up a little bit by the defensive tackle up there, throwing the timing off.
Again,
the big first blow. This second half, Lakota West turnover takes it over.
Amari Shannon, a first-year starter.
That was Shannon Murray with the fumble.
There's Shannon Murray and Amari Shannon. We're going to have to get our names right there. But he's learning too, and Freddie Johnson was there encouraging him right on the sideline, saying, hey, come on, we got to get it. Can't do that. I mean, you're moving the ball. You pick up a first down. So Bolden back in there now. There's a handoff into the middle. Good running by number 22, but he is upended by Sean Williamson. He's going to have no gain on the play. That's a great tackle.
Defensive line gets no credit on that play, but they kind of blew it up and allowed the linebackers and everybody to just fly up there.
Well, give credit to Shannon, the sophomore there, Shannon. There's too many Shannons.
There's a lot of Shannons.
Terrell Banks.
That's not a Shannon. I'm just got Shannon on the brain.
Yeah, Amari Shannon, Shannon Murray.
There's Shannon Stewart, I think, right? That's the defensive lineman.
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know.
53.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, Banks got good penetration.
Deshaun Stewart.
Yep.
Whatever.
New names. We're going to have to learn them. But you just don't know until you see him play who's going to get the playing time. So here we go. 2nd down and 9. It's a high pitch to Bolden. He takes it, hands it off to number 3, and he's hitting the backfield.
He's still not
somehow
down.
Running. And he gets tracked down from behind. I think he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Should have been about a 6-yard loss.
shows a lot of strength running through that. And Colerain, you know, you got one guy high. You got to come low here.
Yeah, that's
Colerain is
Joshua.
there and has just a wall of people around him. But a little bit of the contact by Corleone. He gives up on the play thinking he's down. He wasn't down.
That was Joshua Brogdon, a running back linebacker, 5'10", 215.
He's been all running back tonight.
Yeah, he's been listed in the program at linebacker, but you're right. He's played offense all night tonight. Yeah. So 3rd down and long for the Lakota West Firebirds.
Maybe 2-down territory if they pick up about half of this.
No score, just under 7:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Somebody's got to make a breakthrough. There's a little bit of pressure up the middle.
He dropped it.
Oh, the pass was in and out of the hands. Mitch Bolden delivered it to number 1. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite pull it in. That was Caleb Rao, the backup quarterback / punter. And it'll be 4th down, and the Firebirds are going to be forced to punt.
Runs a nice route right there and sits down right past it, and he hit him in the hands. But I tell you what, stay awake right here. It is a good spot for a fake.
And with the struggles they've had with the snap and kind of getting it off, not great punts either. I don't see where there's a high reward here for the fake, but they're just going to kick it. All that said is the best punt and of the night executed by the Lakota West special teams.
Well, even the bad punts, they've had no return. So other than the shank, the punter for Lakota West has done his job. So Colerain, this is their deepest territory. Got to secure the ball. Got to be smart right here. Was that ball spotted at their own 13-yard line?
So that's 2 series now in the game. Before we had the holding penalty, right? That kind of derailed that 1 series in the first half, and then their first series here in the second half. You know, they have a fumble turnover. The offense the Colerain just can't get on the tracks. It can't just move.
Again, it's at 2nd down.
Yeah, it is. It's the 2nd down. So Freddie Johnson under center once again. There's a Mary Shannon in motion. Freddie Johnson keeps it. Gets tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
And a good job of the Lakota West backside of that play. They did not feed. The Cardinals are trying to get them to overplay that kind of motion man play fake, and they do not. They stay home, and Freddie Johnson able only to fall forward for a minimal, maybe a half-yard gain.
Yeah, that was Walters and Kuwatch on the outside for Lakota West.
This is where you'd love to see like Isaiah Myers run like a 10-yard out, right, or a 10-yard in, and just kind of sit in the middle.
They did give him a yard on that play.
Yeah, they gave him 1 yard. So there he goes, takes it, pitches out once again to Shannon Murray. He's going to try and get wide, make some people miss. He's still on his feet, gets tackled, taken down from behind.
That's going to be a 1st down, Cardinals.
We may have something going here with Shannon Murray. Like to see him on the edge.
And you got to give credit. Who's that? 52, Ed Lockwood. He just took his guy. His guy tried to get out there, got it out there, pulled him forward, and as an offensive lineman, his job is to keep his head on the hat, keep him in control, push him wherever he wants to go. Shannon Murray does a good job of following his blocker, cut in, side of that little block, and pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, Lockwood undersized, only 200 pounds at that left tackle.
So 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals on their own 25-yard line. There's a handoff to MJ Flowers, who gets hit right at the line of scrimmage or just behind it by 3 Lakota West Firebirds. They are crashing the line.
Again, that's outside linebacker, team captain
Kuwatch.
Jackson Kuwatch.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a dynamic football player.
His father, I believe, was a Colerain guy.
Really?
Yeah, I believe his father was Kurt Kuwatch.
Sure, just pure speculation on my father.
No, because I believe I see Kurt on the sidelines.
All righty. 2nd down and 10, no gain on that run by MJ Flowers. There goes Amari Shannon in motion. A little bit of movement. Freddie Johnson hands it off up the middle. Once again, the defense is there, and they are just stuffing the line. There were 6 guys on that tackle.
Well, they're overplaying the fullback. The quarterback has not been a threat anywhere on the outside, and they're just blowing it up before it happens.
Right.
That's Kuwatch in again. It's assignment football.
That was number 23, also Miller, on that tackle. He's been all over the place, Miller. Aiden Miller. He's had quite a game. 3rd down and 10. So I mean, if I'm Lakota West, I'm finding Shannon Murray, and I'm just watching him, right? I mean, that's what you got to do. He's over on the far left. He's probably will come in motion. There he comes, and there's a speed to him. I mean, and there's going to be a holding penalty. I mean, that was orchestrated from the very beginning. I mean, if you had to know that play was coming.
Well, Lakota West knew it was coming, and they had people out there enough where they could have got Colerain.
I mean, the penalty.
Now, do you take the penalty?
I take the penalty.
And move it back.
10 yards back, this has been a game of field position. You take that 10 yards. Colerain hasn't shown that they could really sustain any offense.
They're going to decline it and make it fourth down.
You know what? I agree with you, Brandon. I take the penalty because
I take the 10 yards. This game is not at all about downs.
Yeah,
it's been about every single yard, and that's 10 extra yards you're giving up.
It's a spot foul, and it takes it all the way back to the 15. So Colerain has not had much success on offense. So Sinclair is going to be back this time, kicking from about his own 10, 12-yard line.
Yeah. So if they take that penalty, he's on the goal line, kicking that ball.
Well, they run another play, but what?
Oh no! Brandon Sinclair tackled, hit, taken down. Let's see where he got all the way out to. He couldn't get the punt off, and he's tackled at the 7-yard line. Unbelievable bad break for the Colerain Cardinals.
Well, they've been having trouble with the slow snap, and Sinclair, a first-year kicker, he's almost got to learn. They blew it up right away. That's a tough decision. You say, hey, no matter what's going on, you got to kick it. He made a great play last time. This time, another big defensive play. A momentum changer, a momentous player here by the Lakota West.
And again, we said the way this game's going, it's going to be the first special teams huge mistake, and there it is for the Cardinals.
You're putting your defense on the 7-yard line, and you're asking them to hold. I mean, that's just not fair. It's just not fair. 3:56 left to go in the third quarter.
Well,
I mean, the game is just flying by, right? And there's no score.
West with a big package in the game, Bolden under center.
Yep, under center, I think, for the first time tonight. Takes the ball and hands off to number 3, and he's hitting the backfield and taken down for a loss. Tried to stay on his feet, but Jarman in the backfield along with number 30.
Jarman's got a way of getting through traffic. I mean, that's a sixth sense a linebacker needs. Not an overwhelmingly big kid, but, he in space, he makes plays.
They only gave him a 1-yard loss on that.
That's about right.
Is that about right?
Yeah. He didn't get him down right away. He was kind of fighting real low center of gravity, and he fought for a few extra yards.
So now they back up 1 yard, and all of a sudden Mitch is out.
Nobody's covering the slot.
Yeah, number 5 is wide open there. Yep, we've got somebody coming over now to cover. Mitch Bolden takes it. He pitches it. Number 3, that's a missed tackle. 3 gets out of it.
The ball carrier knocked out of bounds by Lippert.
Yeah, they run a weak side option. Get the ball out there. Sinclair comes flying up, missed the tackle, but he slowed him up enough for the Colerain defense to collapse. A big third down. You don't want to give up the touchdown. If you're going to give anything, keep them to 3. And I tell you, we don't have a huge crowd here tonight, but the Colerain
But you can hear them. The Colerain faithful are cheering and clapping, trying to urge this defense to do really an impossible task and hold West out of the end zone after only needing 7 yards to start. There's some pressure. He's chipped. Bolden pitches it in the end zone, and it's picked off by Sean Williamson. He takes it out of the end zone, and he's got a code.
There's a flag on the play. There might be a roughing the passer.
Well, there's another flag way in the back. Sean Williamson is tackled from behind.
If there's a roughing the passer, that's after the play. The one.
No, it's not.
We'll see what it is.
Roughing the passer, it's on us.
But is that?
We'll see what it is. We'll see what it is.
It is roughing the passer. I saw the referee signaled it, but that change of possession.
It's a first down, though.
Is that half the distance to the goal?
It's half the distance to goal, first down.
Oh, so what is elation here by Colerain is just going, the wind's going.
I mean, seriously,
out of the
cannot catch a break. Cannot catch a break.
Didn't see it. I don't know if we got a replay.
I didn't see it either.
I think Waycross is.
Here's the replay, but I mean, you're not going to see it because the pass is thrown and picked off. So
not only does it take the change of possession away, it gives them a first down, half the distance to the goal.
So personal foul and a sideline one. Maybe we can get another look at it. Yeah, he's got his head up.
He's a little high.
He's a little high.
High tackling has been an issue tonight on several occasions.
The timing was good, but he makes contact with the quarterback's head.
So it might not be first. I don't know what the rule is here. We'll see.
Does it half the distance? Does it give him the first down?
I don't know. Well, I get sometimes you get the levels of play.
I'm not going to pretend
I know it's an automatic first down in college and the pros, but it might not be in high school.
Well, it has to be something, though, right?
Yeah, it'll be at least half the distance to the goal.
You would think it would be an automatic first down, half the distance to the goal. I would think.
They haven't signaled anything to their
Is it just me or these Lakota West coaches some of the quietest we've ever seen?
It will be a repeat of third down. So it'll be third down and goal from about the 4-yard line.
So the turnover is erased.
The turnover is erased.
The turnover is erased. Effectively, that's now, you could say, hypothetically, 2 turnovers for the Cardinals because they had that one.
So we got some confusion because our scoreboard says first down. The down marker says third.
As long as they know what it is on the field. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would think it'd be first down.
I would too, but
the marker is not right, I would say. Well, we'll see what happens if we stop them here on fourth down or first down and see if they. There's whistles.
A timeout, Lakota West.
It's third down.
Now the scoreboard has been changed to third down.
So
I kept looking for normally the official kind of turns and looks to the press box to give the scorekeepers.
And again,
everybody's getting adjusted to the new rules.
Yep. Hey, if you enjoy what you're watching and you appreciate the ability to watch our broadcast absolutely free, in this COVID era, so many schools have been forced to charge their fans, their community, in order to watch high school football. We are not doing that here at Colerain. We think the ability to deliver this product is very important, and so do the Colerain Boosters. And because of that, they've been able to continue to support us in what we do, along in conjunction with Waycross, and deliver to you Colerain football and any and all of our athletic events absolutely free of charge. But don't kid yourselves, it's not completely free. So as I mentioned before, we encourage and we ask, and we will continue to ask everyone to very thoughtfully consider joining the Colerain Boosters. It is not an expensive endeavor. It is something that almost anyone can afford to do, and your very little bit goes a very long way to helping a lot of people. You can do that by going to wearecolerain.com, and under the More menu, you go under Membership, Sign Up, and there is a very easy and simple way to sign up.
Third down and goal from the 4-yard line.
All right, third down and goal from the 4, as Brandon said. Let's see if the Cardinals can pull another proverbial rabbit out of the hat and stop Mitch Bolden and his Lakota West Firebirds. Bolden drops back, looks to pass. He's hit, and it's tipped and incomplete. In and out of the hands of a West receiver, and it was knocked just off course, and the Cardinals couldn't quite pull it down. So it'll be 4th down and 4. And if Bolden is not going for a field goal here, I'd be shocked. Absolutely shocked.
Yeah,
here comes the field goal team.
Colerain players got their hands on the ball. I believe the first one was Xavier Kendall. And then Sinclair got it. Neither one of them could get both hands on it, so it goes incomplete. But
2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, and we may have our first score of the game. We'll see. This really almost feels like it's the first scrimmage. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
So 2:41 to play in the third quarter. Lakota West leads Colerain 3-0. And it's not just us with the weird baseball scores, Chris. Here's an update for you. Mason just took the lead on Fairfield. I'm sorry, Fairfield just took the lead on Mason.
Yep.
Fairfield leads Mason 5-3.
Oh my goodness.
That might go extra innings.
It might. I might.
Couple quick shout outs here to those listeners. Earl Smith checking in, class of 97 from Atlanta, Georgia. And Buddy Campbell checking in as well.
Yeah, if you want to get contacts with us, remember that's radio at wearecolerain.com. And as Chris mentioned earlier, hey, Colerain fans, we need your help. And absolutely, we can't do what we can for free without your support. And that goes for, if we've got any of our Lakota fans listening with us, support your school, support your kids, support your boosters.
And you know, he's been making plays all night for the defense. He might be one of the players of the game right now for the Colerains. Valentino Owens just let us know that Jarman is Eric Phillips' younger brother.
Huh. I don't think I knew that.
Now, we're going to take Valentino at his word.
At his word. Because we have no way to verify.
We don't have any verification of that, but according to Valentino.
So Lakota West going to kick off just for the second time. This first kick went deep, and we saw on that field goal, big leg. Colerain would like a big return at this point.
They need something to get the offense started. There's a high kick, and it's going to be short of the end zone. Yep. Caught by Sean Williamson, taken out to the 10 to the 15. He's only got one blocker, and he's got 3 Lakota West guys there. Takes him down to the 16-yard line. That's a good coverage by Lakota West on special teams.
You know, what do you do on offense right here? Which quarterback are we going to see? Which design? You know, Freddie had a little bit of success, but couldn't put a drive together. Can't see who's in the huddle.
I think that's the point of that huddle.
Well, I see who's not in the huddle, but Prather, but I think he might be looking for a ball. Nope. I would call them, okay, they're going to the tank formation. Defense has come off, and a couple of their linebackers who come in at fullback and tight end had to be rounded up.
Yep, Xander Kendall in on, Mike Best in on the play.
So they had a little bit of success early with this formation, but just couldn't put a drive together.
There's a handoff to MJ Flowers. He takes it, and once again, he's hit by 3 or 4 guys.
A late flag behind the play.
We also have a player injured for Lakota West, holding his leg, potentially his knee, so they're going to be an official's timeout here.
This time of year, this type of humidity, it'll be cramping too.
Let's hope
but
and
we'll
pray
see
that's
what
all
the
it
flag is.
Yeah.
No gain brings up second down, 10.
Illegal shift on the Cardinals.
Colerain has been their worst enemy, their own enemy.
There's no doubt about it. They've killed themselves. I mean, they left arguably 14 points on the field in the first half.
Actually, it was a penalty.
They had the turnover. Yeah, it's a cramp. They had a turnover in their pocket here, but erased by the roughing the passer penalty. I mean, it's just, again, it's a lot of early season mistakes, and you talked about it, Brandon. In this game early in the year when neither team has had a whole lot of practice, it only takes one turnover or 1 or 2 penalties, and the whole thing can shift. I mean, we're 2 minutes and 28 seconds away from the fourth quarter. Colerain is at home, and we don't have a point. And that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Now, we know we graduated a tremendous amount of talent on the offensive side of the ball, so I'm not surprised they're struggling. But just the mistakes and the bad luck is really coming back to haunt them.
Well, but we had a lot of talent coming back, but not anybody on the offensive line. We've got all first-year starters, all undersized guys, and they're just not getting a push up front right now.
Right.
But give credit to Lakota West.
You're playing a very good defense.
Yes.
Who you want to put in and go to your all-world, highly recruited wide receiver. Well, West counters with 2 highly recruited, one bound to Ohio State DBs that can just cover him all night. So you and you have a quarterback who's a brand new starter, hasn't completed a pass yet, and it's just been a recipe all night. And we've seen them, they haven't got a rhythm. Every time you had a big play on first down, something bad went down on second down. And it's really hurt the Cardinals tonight.
So the motion penalties will take off 5 yards and make it a 1st and 15. The ball's moved back to the Colerain, what is that, 12-yard line, 11-yard line?
11 and a half.
So Freddie Johnson in at quarterback, trying to get something going.
Under center. Takes it, follows his blockers, gets through the line. He's still got the ball. Tackled, but not until he gets out past the 16, 17-yard line.
Well, he got a little bit more than the penalty.
That's going to be about 2nd down and 8.
2nd down, 8.
Good run by Freddie Johnson.
I'm telling you, I'm watching Lakota's defense attack that ball. The first man makes the contact, and the second guy is coming in stripping hard at that ball, trying to get another turnover. But, the fumble they had earlier was not on contact. It was just
we gave it to him. We dropped it.
Very good with the ball.
Right. So they need a big play to kind of get them some confidence, because you can see right now it's just not there for them. There's Freddie, drops back. He's going to roll to his left. He's trying to find some room.
He's got some space.
He's going to get around some run. He's going to try to get by 23, and he does. And there's a late flag. That's going to be a penalty against Lakota West, maybe a tackle out of bounds or a face mask.
It could be just a sideline warning. Don't know if they've had one.
5-yard face mask.
That's going to be a face mask penalty.
5-yard variety.
Yeah, he didn't take him down with it, but.
We watch another great replay by our volunteers.
No, it's going to be a face mask on the Cardinals.
What? Offensive face mask? That is a rare call.
Huh.
So, I mean, the
if
offensive
I'm Bowden,
player...
he should probably decline this.
Well, or you do play the field position.
Who knows?
Five-yard penalty, Colerain. Second down. 13.
Check it out here on replay. Freddie Johnson's got his hand into the face mask.
Well, and he kind of pulls him down. You know, yeah, that's a good call. It's the right call. You know, as a runner, you can open palm on the face mask, but as he was going down, he did grasp the face mask. Kind of lucky he didn't get a 15-yarder there. But he pulled him straight. He didn't turn the head at all.
So Lakota West chose to take the penalty. What was 2nd and 8 is now 2nd down and 13. 1:08 left to go in the third quarter. Colerain losing to Lakota West 3-0.
Another second down debacle.
Yeah, there you go. I would like to see the drive chart to see what the drives were or what the plays were on 2nd down all night for this team. Oh.
Colerain's got 2 guys in motion. They are just completely out of sync.
And here comes Tyler Prather into the game, along with M.J. Flowers and Amari Shannon.
5-yard Colerain.
Shannon Murray as well.
And Shannon Murray as well. And then comes 52 as well. 52 for Colerain. I don't know that we've called his name tonight.
Oh,
that's Lockwood.
Yeah,
That's the offensive lineman.
Lockwood playing a little tackle, little tight end, kind of mixing them around.
So 2nd down and 18 now after back-to-back 5-yard penalties for the Cardinals.
Referees are... We got both captains talking to the referees at one point. They haven't spotted the ball yet. Yes, they have. There they go. Taken all the way back to the Colerain 8-yard line.
This is just not at all going the way Colerain wanted this to go.
Well, and Lakota knows it's a passing situation, so they can just bring the house and allow single coverage.
There's the snap back to Prather. He takes it, steps, throws it down deep. And he got hit right before. He got hit right before, and they're not going to throw any kind of a flag. Isaiah Myers got knocked down before the ball was there, and there's no penalty flag at all.
Colerain got the no call down earlier. This time Lakota West gets the no call on a jump ball.
You'll see it here in replay.
Both of those are wrong calls.
Yeah, you're right. They're both wrong.
Calls.
They're both wrong. They're both wrong. That should have been a penalty on us earlier, and that absolutely was a penalty right there.
Both of those plays were the definition of pass
they are. That's what I thought. I'm looking at it going, the DB literally ran into the receiver and knocked him out of his established position to catch the ball. That's a penalty, throw the flag.
So 3rd down and 18.
There goes Shannon in motion. In the shotgun is Prather. He takes it, pitches it. Going to try and get some room, and he's not going to get any room at all. I mean, there's just nothing you can do on 3rd and 18. I mean, you're trying to run wide on a defense that's fast and physical, and now they're tackled inside the 5-yard line. I mean, this whole quarter has just been a disaster for the Cardinals.
Well, one good thing, you got 33 seconds left. This quarter's going to be over, but you got another quarter
left to play. That's not a good thing. We're down 3-0. We don't need that clock to be moving fast.
One score with a full quarter left to play. You've just got to get out of the shadow of you got to get out of your own end zone here. You relied on the defense. The defense made a big play. Got a bad break.
Yeah, but your defensive players have been playing both ways.
Right.
It's an uphill climb right now for the Cardinals.
So the punt does get off. It is caught by number 5 and then immediately tackled by Sean Williamson.
That was a gutsy play on that. He short hopped that.
He did. He did short hop.
He wanted to stop it because that was going to keep bouncing possibly, but that was kind of a gutsy play.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School, it's Lakota West Firebirds 3, the Colerain Cardinals 0.
I can honestly tell you, I cannot remember a game where Colerain was held scoreless at home through the first 3 quarters. I'd have to go back and look at the record books.
Text Jason. Jason would know.
Jason might know, but Jason's not going to be able to see his camera as he's down there shooting duty for the Twitter site, as well as Al's down there taking pictures, or at least he's walking around.
Aviators, 14.
So another shout out to our friends helping us out, Hunter Hampton, doing the split the pot. Don't know if you guys have bought a ticket yet, but Game On, local establishment. I don't know if you've eaten there, Chris. Some of the best burgers are around, and I can only say one thing: tater tots.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I have not had the pleasure of enjoying
good.
Game On yet.
Couple quick score updates. Elder and LaSalle are all tied at 28.
That has been a back and forth affair, let me tell you.
So Colerain defense with their backs to the wall. They're down 3, and Lakota West is starting at the Colerain 33-yard line.
They've got to keep them out here. If Lakota West puts a touchdown up on the board on this series,
It's big.
it's
making it a
huge.
2-score.
It makes it a 2-score game, exactly. Man in motion, high snap, handoff on a sweep. Number 5's got it. He's trying to find some room through the middle of the defense, and he gets it. He's going to take it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
I tell you what, he is limping off the field this time, but I tell you what, Davis coming off limping, is cramping here. But I tell you what, the running back for Lakota West, he's running through contact. He's shown some strength.
Well, this is what Brandon was talking about before, right? The fact that the defense is going to start looking tired.
Well,
and they may be a step slow to making that tackle.
And you had your 3 big guys out playing offense that last series.
Right. And, I mean, if there's anything Bolden teaches, and we know that, it's about winning the 4th quarter. There's another handoff to number 3, and there's a helmet loose on the ground. It's another Colerain player. Tell me it's Mike Bess.
Yeah, it's Mike Bess again.
Mike Bess once again losing his helmet. So he's got to come out, and 50 comes in to replace him.
Here's the thing: they don't snap them. They don't snap them anymore either. It's those zip tie type where you just pull and it's like a little thing. You know what I'm talking about at all?
No.
Yeah.
I thought they were all snapped.
Helmets don't snap it. A lot of them don't anymore. It's almost like a zip tie sort of situation on the side where you pull them through.
Well, they better zip him up a little bit more. That's twice in one game he's lost his helmet.
So 3rd down, another big 3rd down for the Colerain defense. 3rd down and 2.
Yep, 3rd down and 2. Ball on the 25-yard line. West up 3-0. Looking to add to it. There's the handoff once again to number 3 in the back. He's got it.
It's going to be close on the spot, but I believe he might be a little short.
Tackle made by number 30. That's Terrell Banks, the sophomore.
Kind of hard with this angle, but no, they're going to call it 4th down. But
here's the thing we do know though: they're not going to do a lot of measurements. They want to minimize touching the ball.
Well, what you know about Coach Bolden, he's got the lead. He needs a half yard. He's going to go for it.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way he wasn't going to go for it. It's such a short yard to gain. It's going to be very difficult for this Colerain defense. Let's see if they can step up. There's a handoff to number 3, and he's going to have plenty for the 1st down. He gets into the open, gets inside the red zone, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. 1st down for Lakota West.
Yeah, looking at this Colerain defensive line, they're winded. Look at Corleone. I mean, he's 340 pounds. It's not overly hot, but it is humid out there.
That was Joshua Brogdon, again, the senior, 5'10", 215. That's a load to bring down when you're running downhill. It's going to be this defense is just the time of possession has got to significantly favor Lakota West, at least certainly in this half.
Oh, in this half completely. It was pretty even the first half.
Right.
But it'll be 1st down at the Colerain 19.
More
Lakota
importantly,
West.
why isn't someone just donating their helmet to Michael Bess right now? They're really struggling to fix whatever's wrong with it.
Well, not having Michael Bess out there hurts. I mean, he's a leader at the linebacker position. Clock is ticking now, under 10 minutes to go. Handoff in the backfield, no gain on that 1st down run. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Was in on a tackle.
And another Colerain helmet off.
It happens. It's the first week of the season.
Let me ask you a question. How many Lakota West players have lost a helmet?
2.
And we're at 4?
I'm letting you know. It's happenstance.
I know. It's just frustrating when you've got your starters out there and you lose them for a play.
I'm just letting you know.
Got to figure out some technology on those helmets.
So a loss of a yard, 2nd down, 11 to go.
So good play by the defense there.
Tell you, no play clock, so it's kind of hard to tell. But
we
Just
West
got to
is
watch
really
the back.
working the
watch
clock.
the back judge. His hand goes up at 10 seconds, and then he starts to move it hand and count down at the 5-second count.
5, 4.
Snap is back. There's the handoff once again to 23. Tries to find some room, and he does. And he's on his feet. He's inside the 10. He's stretching. He's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Number 23, Miller for Lakota West. I think that's his name again. Let me make sure. Yep, Aiden Miller, the 5'11", 200-pound junior, takes it into the end zone for Lakota West, and they now lead 9-0. Extra point pending with 9:05 left to go in the game.
Yeah, they just pull a couple guards and go outside, and there's just more blockers than there are people to tackle. Goes one-on-one. He beats Kendall. Colerain has their work ahead of them, down 9-0.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up.
Kick
and
is good.
Kick is good.
With 9:05 to play here, it's the Lakota West Firebirds 10. You're the Colerain Cardinals 0.
remains. Fourth quarter, Firebirds 10, Cardinals
And that's big because
0.
if they had to settle for a field goal, it's still a one-possession game. But that means this offense, it's maybe
They've got to find a way to score twice
maybe
in 9
if they
minutes.
have 50 yards, if they're lucky at this point. I don't even know if they have 50 yards at this point. They're going to
No,
need to score
they had
twice.
34 at halftime, and they went backward. Both possessions they had, or all 3 possessions they had in the third quarter.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this offense is struggling a bit. We kind of saw something. It felt a little different last week. We were here for the scrimmage. I mean, they put up 3 touchdowns in the scrimmage. Again, it's a scrimmage and nobody's game planning. I get it, and it's not Tom Bolden on the other sideline during the scrimmage, but they certainly seemed to look better last week than what they looked tonight.
I think you're playing a much better team too.
Oh,
Lakota
no
West,
doubt.
Lakota West traditionally, puts more guys in college and more guys to the pro level. They've
They
had
have
the
like
talent.
4 guys in the NFL right now.
Yeah, they've got more talent than even some of the GCL schools. Haven't been able to put it together. We used to call it the Larry Cox factor. They have a coach now who knows how to work before preseason and getting their team prepared.
Well, the question was always about buy-in, right? Whenever you have a new coach come in, you got to have buy-in. You got to have your parents and your kids buy in. And from all accounts, it seems like, the folks in Westchester have bought in. And it's hard not to when you have someone like Tom Bolden and his resume show up on campus not to buy in.
And the defense is held up on its end for the Colerain Cardinals. It's now here
Ball falls off the tee.
anticlimactic.
Shortest
It's not
kick.
going to be
Shortest kick ever.
That's now going to be up to the offense, and the defense has been there all night. It's going to be the offense's job here to find something to go to get the Cardinals back in this game.
You tell me as a Cardinal fan, you give up 10 points in a game, you're happy with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, but you just got to get things going. They've been their worst enemy with turnovers and penalties.
Yep.
No returns on the punt team, or only one opportunity so far on the kickoff. This one will be returnable.
Yep.
Get a hole. Find a hole. Oh,
Johnson returns the kickoff back to about the 22-yard line.
So Freddie Johnson takes the kickoff and takes it up to about the 22-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over. They've got 78 yards to go.
Which quarterback you go with this point? Freddie Johnson's done the best job moving the ball, but then again, that crew has really done bad second and third down, even getting the play out there.
The amazing thing is you really just need one big play, right? And those are hard to come by.
Well, you're down now, so you got to score quickly. I guess the quickest way to score, the coach thinks, Coach Cutright,
Honestly, at this point,
Coach Williams, you got to sling the ball.
You just need a sustained drive. You haven't had that all game.
All game, that's right. You're exactly right. There has not been a sustained drive all game. So Tyler Prather in the quarterback now in the shotgun. We've got 4 wide receivers, 2 split to the wide right, 2 split to the left. Prather drops back, looks a pass, throws it out to Freddie Johnson, and it is incomplete. Freddie Johnson was
he runs
going one way, and the ball went the other.
Yeah, he runs a simple out, and the ball just trailed behind him. Prather, a little bit happy feet right there. Really didn't plant and throw.
Well, that was kind of the case when the ball was short to Isaiah Myers as well. And, again, bright lights Friday night. I know there's not 4,000 people here, but
new offensive line
Yeah.
and some very dominating defensive line. It's
you got to step in there and make that throw. So we got Shannon Murray out wide right, wide left. 3 wide receivers split wide right. He takes it, rolls right, does Tyler Prather, looks to pass, throws it, and it is complete.
That has got to be the best second down play of the night for the
That is, without a doubt, the best second down play of the night.
Pranter's pass is complete.
Like we say, it doesn't matter how you start. It only matters how you finish.
Isaiah Myers just sits on the sidelines. Picks up 6.
Yep, and
5 yards,
and
third down, 5.
the clock stops as he falls out of bounds, which is important.
Again,
Why is there not a junior or a sophomore on the sidelines whose
I have
whole
no-
job is just to get the ball?
That's a great question. You have Brandon Sinclair, who runs out there to give them the correct ball and picks up the other ball. He's a starter both ways, right?
Cardinals got to get this off and go in 3, 2, 1.
They got it off, yep. There's a fake handoff. Tyler Prather keeps it, stays on his feet. He runs to get hit once again by that Miller, but he's going to have enough for the first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
wasn't pretty, but he got the job done, keeps it himself. They overplay the fullback. We watch here in the replay. He keeps it. Nobody in front of him, kind of trips over the turf monster. But he does pick up a Colerain first down.
Yeah, it was Jair Brown that was kind of in the way. And then again, Aiden Miller, who has to be the player of the game, I think, for Lakota West. Cleans up the tackle, but a first down for the Cardinals.
Well, Miller, Kuwatch has made a lot of plays on the outside.
That's a great point. Kuwatch as well. Snap is back to Prather. He's got it. Drops back, looks at pass, throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I didn't see who that was on the far
Mari
side.
Shannon was right there at the sticks for the nice little dig route that goes through his hands.
Yeah, it was a well thrown ball.
Yeah.
You got to catch. You got to make the plays.
I mean, it hit both hands. You sure that wasn't Isaiah Myers?
No,
Oh, okay.
28. He's about
Gotcha.
50. He's about 30 pounds.
Well, they're showing Isaiah Myers walking back to from that side, so I thought it might have been him.
Know.
Okay, great.
Number 28.
I believe the coaches finally got a underclassman chasing the ball down.
Getting the ball switched out. Second down and 10 for the Cardinals. 8:23 left to go in the game. Trailing Lakota West 10-0. A lot at stake here. Snap is back. Tyler Prather's got it. A little bit of pressure up the middle. He takes it. He rolls. He looks to throw, and he just tosses it out of bounds.
Tom Bolden runs on the field. He wants. I believe he's asking for intentional grounding.
Well, he's going to get a penalty called against him, I think.
No,
They're going to get the intentional grounding.
He's gonna,
Here's the thing. Prather did the right thing, but that ball has to go past the line of scrimmage. Yeah, and it did not. So he got inside the pocket. That's right. But the ball has to be past the line of scrimmage, and that little dink throw he throws did not go past the line of scrimmage.
So here you can see it on replay for Waycross. You're right. He rolls, and then you're right. Oh, it kind of came out of his hand.
Yeah. I think that was an intentional grounding.
Yeah.
That ball slipped out of his hands.
He was thinking intentional grounding. He just didn't throw it the way he needed to.
Cardinals go backwards again.
And lost it down on that, so now it's
third down and 18.
Third down in a very long way. Right, to your point earlier, Brandon, right? This is where the defense just kind of pins their ears back and goes after Prather, who's shown, again, a little bit of tentativeness in the pocket. Not to be surprised, right?
Everyone knows it's coming. It's going to be a one-on-one, throw up, and let Myers go get it right here.
Right. You got Jair Brown on him. Yep. Tyler Prather sees him, looks at him, throws it exactly, and it is incomplete. Actually, it looked like it was going towards Freddie Johnson, and we tried to fit it in between two defenders, and it falls incomplete, so it'll be fourth down.
I saw where you're pointing at. Myers was not open. The defensive back came off him as soon as he looked back and saw where the pass was going.
Slot on the other side. Not Meyer, 28.
I know. Yeah, again, he doesn't have time. And,
And
that Brownie's only going to be looking one side.
As we saw in the replay, I mean, he was hit by 4 or 5 Lakota West players. So Sinclair back to punt.
Yeah. Good
Boom.
punt.
Great punt by Sinclair. Takes the return man all the way back, who gets his hand on it and drops it. And he's going to still get up the sideline and take it out to probably the 35-yard line. Where did they mark him out?
It was an interesting situation. I think the penalty and distance really dictated that you punt it there, but Cardinals are running out of time and possessions, and they need to score twice.
So Lakota West, we're just going to see probably just a full dose of run. So Hopefully your defense got enough time to get a little bit of rest. We saw Mitch Bolden last year, 16 fumbles?
17 fumbles.
17 fumbles, so Colerain's got to get some pressure. But you know what? They truly haven't ran a lot of option plays, which a lot of the fumbles come from. They've just been straight handoffs.
Right.
And it doesn't help when you give them 5 yards.
And Colerain players kind of jawing at each other, just a little bit of
See, I always wondered on this, because it's a newer thing with the advent of spread offenses with the clap for the snap. You're not supposed to be able to see, like, the quarterback, it's a penalty if he's under center and bobs his head.
Right.
It's kind of one of those, why isn't the fake clap? But
well,
I guess you're saying it's just like your cadence, so I guess that's where you
I guess.
Well, that play was stuffed. What? He's still loose. Wow. That kid runs hard.
Is that Miller?
No, that was
3.
Yeah. Brogdon.
Yeah, Colerain just
number
blows
3.
up that play. There's linebackers right there.
Yeah, that was Josh Brogdon again, another 215-pound senior.
But he just keeps going, and Corleone again falls off the play.
Second down, 2.
So it's 2nd down and 2. Ball at the 40-yard line.
And
Lakota West.
the clock continues to click. Down now 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the game. Look, they're taking their time, right?
Oh, they're watching the official till he's got 5 seconds
there
left.
You go. 4, 3.
He's not going to get it off.
2. Yeah, he will.
No, he won't.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
You.
Wow.
I watched the count.
And that's pretty big, because that was 2nd and 2. Now it's 2nd and 7.
Does it stop the clock completely, or does they restart it?
No, it stops the clock completely.
Yeah, he was counting it off, and I was watching him. And
5-yard penalty, Lakota West.
I thought was ready for Mitch to clap his hands and take it. He never clapped, never took it.
And
here's the thing: Bolden could complain all he wants over the sidelines, but Mitch Bolden wasn't in any position to even. He was still barking out a call. He wasn't ready for a snap.
He was looking around. He wasn't watching the official.
It's a handoff once again to 3. He makes several guys miss, and he gets out into the open, and he's going to have enough for a first down. He just knifed right through the heart of the Colerain defense on that far side to pick up that first down.
Again, the penetration is there. Colerain is in the backfield. A little bit of fatigue, a little bit of extra effort by the Lakota West running back, but they had him stopped behind the line of scrimmage again, and he makes a play.
So here's the handoff in the backfield. So you can see it on the replay. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. Jarman finally got him down, but, he was the 3rd or 4th guy to get hands on him.
And you could argue there is a block in the back there on the back of Jarman, but in that sort of pile, you're not going to get the call usually for a block in the back in the interior there.
Clock stops on first down. 6:44 to go in the game. West up on Colerain 10-0. Snap is back. There's the handoff once again. Now running wide to the right, trying to find some room. 53 is in there, helping make the tackle after about a 2-yard gain.
I'm not going to say.
Best was in on tackle for Colerain. 2-yard pickup.
They'll pick up 2 yards on that, being 2nd down and 8 out to the 45. But really, that doesn't mean anything, really. It's the clock right now down to 6:20. Lakota West 10 to Colerain 0.
Colerain has all 3 timeouts. West has 2. But it's all a moot point if the Cardinals can't get a defense.
4.
Stop here.
3, 2, 1. You gave him an extra second there, Mr. Referee.
There's the handoff to 23. He breaks out of the open. He's going to pick up another first down. They are cutting right through this Colerain
was
defense.
Down if we get a shot of that referee, and they got an extra second and a half.
It's a discretion.
I know.
I think they jumped off at
penalty flags on the field.
Holding.
Holding Firebirds.
Not exactly when the referee puts a 5 count on.
No,
he has that split second between when he gets to the 5 count, and this year he's not blowing a whistle. They have electronic whistles.
Absolutely, but he was 5. And
you know what?
You're at the point now, honestly, where you've got to almost get a turnover. You've got to find a way to.
Well, you got an extra down.
I know you got 3 timeouts, but they can get penalties all day long. They're just running the clock down. Yeah. Clock runs, 5:45. Again, Colerain with all 3 timeouts. Bolden takes the snap, hands it off once again to 23, looking for some room to run. He's going to get some yards, not a whole lot though. He stays in bounds, and the clock will continue to run.
Yeah, he gets out to the 41. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12.
Tackle for the Cardinals.
They're going to finish the market with the 40.
Oh, yeah.
So next week, Colerain goes on the road to Oak Hills. We're not sure. We are. It is TBD whether or not we will be able to be there to cover it. We're going to try and work that out and see if we can. If we can't, then there will be other ways for you to follow it, I'm sure.
Yeah, every away game will be a challenge for us.
Yes, there's only 2, but it'll start next week at Oak Hills. Still got to finish off this one here, though. Just under 5 minutes to go.
Down.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down. Bolden drops back, looks at pass, throws it across the middle, and is caught. It's going to be short of the 1st down.
But close enough to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Inside Colerain territory down to the 48-yard line. He's going to be 1 yard shy.
You don't do that. Colerain has no offense, no momentum. If
You're saying punt the ball.
If
punt it.
If Lakota West is smart here, they punt the football.
I agree with you, right?
Well, yeah, if you stop it, it's field position.
No, we could. It wouldn't be a bad spot to do the hard count here.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that's
left tackle moves. Is
false start.
False start.
That's going to be a false start against Lakota West.
Signee.
They had him too, and you know what? 5 Colerain players jumped.
Well, I think they moved on the tackle.
No, they got but the Jarman on the outside linebacker, he jumped because of the tackle.
Right.
But the left side defensive tackle jumped as well.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, in cooperation with state regulations, Colerain High School would like to remind everyone to please not congregate in the stands.
So we don't have to, I mean, just for the sake of mentioning here what's at stake, right? Colerain hasn't lost a GMC game in 83 consecutive tries. You've got to go all the way back to 2008 was the last time that Colerain lost on the road to Middletown. So it has been, we're in the 13th, this is the 13th year. It's been 12 full years since Colerain lost a GMC game. And you got to go all the way back to 1999, which was the last time they lost to a GMC school. There's a fair catch by
another decent kick with no return.
Yep. So you're looking at possibly history being made here tonight, and not a good way for the Colerain Cardinals. I mean, you knew at some point the streak was going to come to an end. You're not going to win every game in a conference of 9 other teams forever. It's just not going to happen. And unfortunately for Colerain, tonight may be the night where it comes to an end, because they're trailing 10-0 with less than 4 minutes to go, and the offense has looked, I mean, what can we say? It looks incredibly pedestrian. A lot of new guys in place, and they got a lot of learning to do and a lot of growing to do, and unfortunately they didn't get as much of a preseason as they would have liked. Nobody did. So you just got to do the best you can with it. We said it'd be a low-scoring game, and that's what it is so far. Tyler Prather in a quarterback, going to try and make something happen, and we've got a flag here and a false start call against the Cardinals before the snap even happens. It's an illegal procedure.
Didn't see who that on, but it took a long time. It ran some motion, but he was looking to get all the way to the outside. So we watch a replay.
Yeah, your left guard's arm moved.
Yeah, that's mine.
5 wide, Prather steps back. Finds Freddie Johnson. He spins off. Still on his feet. Breaks one tackle. Spins. Stills go out to the 40-yard line.
Trying to make something happen. Some late game heroics. And another, there's something happening behind the play. After the play is a flag. A Lakota West player has to be restrained. Not sure if we're going to call it both ways, one way, or...
The referee lost his hat. The one side judge lost his hat.
Was he just marking the ball with the hat?
Personal foul, Colerain.
And I guess we see the retaliation because the personal foul they're calling against Colerain.
So Cardinals finally get a big completion, big offensive play, and they shoot themselves in the foot.
It's ugly out there right now. There's no other way to describe it.
So it'll be first down and
13?
13, 12.
Now the referees want to get together. Not sure if it's a clock issue, a spot issue. It was post-possession. I mean, a post-first down. So the first down counts. So the spot's right. So it only can be.
Yeah, I think the discussion will be if it's it should be a 15-yard penalty from the 40-yard line, which puts right.
Yeah,
that's for the end of the play. So they're calling it a spot foul then from the 35.
Yeah, it was a personal foul. So 15
Yeah.
from the 30. Yeah.
Prather scrambles, steps up.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Prather, the ball carrier.
He steps out of bounds, going to stop the clock. He's only going to pick up a few yards.
But it does stop the clock and avoid the sack. 3:26 to play.
Second down and 11 now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he really only picked up maybe a yard, maybe two.
Yep.
I think though the clock more important this time than that yardage.
So we saw in the scrimmage a little bit of hook and lateral. I don't know if you're going to pull into the bag of tricks right now. Not much else is working.
Yeah, well, you got to do whatever you can. You've got MJ Flowers in the backfield lined up right next to Prather, 4 wide receivers. He's in there as an extra protector. Prather tosses it over the middle of Freddie Johnson. He shakes one man, gets out to the 35-yard line. No flags on the play, I don't think.
Yeah, get your playmakers with the ball. He just sits down behind the linebackers.
Yep, clock stops. 3:18 to go. First down and 10 for the Cardinals on the 35-yard on their own 35-yard line.
Gotta go. They're taking a lot of time in between plays here.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Snap back to Prather. He rolls to his right, looks for an opening. Tuck it and run, young man. Tuck it and run. There you go.
Prather, the ball carrier.
He's going to pick up about 6 yards on that run. He got out of bounds, stopped the clock, 2:59 to go.
But, Brandon, you're absolutely right. They set the ball, and they're still getting lined up. It's preseason, it's first game of the season. You haven't hit a lot of scrimmages. How much have you worked on your 2-minute drill?
And how good are adept are you as a play caller to recognize you have to put your play calls and formations to minimize the time. You got to make sure your guys are already on the side where the ball is from play to play.
That's a great call, Brandon. That's a great call. 3 wide receivers split wide to the left. Tyler Prather drops back, looks the path, throws it across the middle. Caught.
First down.
By number 28. That's Shannon. Got his hands on that one, didn't he? Brought that one down.
He needed to get to the 45. He got to the 45 and a half.
Only took 6 seconds off the game clock. 2:53 now. Another first down for the Cardinals up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, needing 2 scores. Lakota West, their defensive backs, their safeties are playing deep.
Snap
They're
back
only
to Prather.
bringing 3.
He's there looking, throws it deep down the field. He's got Isaiah Myers, who's caught it inside the 15-yard line. That's a first down for the Colerain Cardinals, and there are no penalty flags on the field.
I tell you, the safety was back there, but he didn't rotate over. He looked at the underman. I believe that was Shannon. Did not see the biggest threat on the field for the Colerain Cardinals at this point, and he just got him there. They spot the ball, and they're going to start the clock. 2:39 left to play. Colerain needing 2
Timeout,
scores.
Lakota West.
Colerain needing 2 scores. They do not need it. They would like to. They do not need a touchdown right here. A field goal is fine. Just you have to get away with it, and you almost have to score very quickly.
You've got to score. There's no doubt about it. You must score. You're down 10-0.
You're going to take whatever. Now they're in a position where they don't have to force it on 4th down, right here.
Yep.
But it's always nice to score the touchdown before you score the.
Well, yeah, and you got a first-year kicker, and long snapping has been kind of ugly tonight.
Yeah. Xander Kendall stepped in, and we talked about it at halftime. He's been 4 out of 5. He's been really, really good for 4 of them, and then once in a while he scores one that's a little sloppy and it's a little slow, and that's what happens when you have a kid who that's not all he does in practice all day is practice long snapping.
Exactly.
He's just starting middle linebacker, so long gone are the days on the Colerain team where you have enough kids where one kid is the long snapper and that's it, and you had a volunteer coach that's all he did was coach long snappers.
Yeah.
Well, kickers and long snappers, but
So slightly different formation for Prather.
It's one-on-one. It's going to be a
they're
jump.
The double wing.
Tyler Prather under center. Boy, the defensive is just, oh, he threw an interception. Tyler Prather got pushed backwards, and he threw an interception into the middle of the field as he was getting pushed backwards. And that's going to be that more than likely will be the game. That was an ill-advised throw. He was getting pushed back. You can see it here on replay, maybe not that angle necessarily, but he was getting pushed back by a defender, and he just let it go into the middle of the field.
You had one wide receiver out into the pattern, and he was lots of contact out there. Couldn't get cleanly off the line of scrimmage, and really that ball wasn't even close to where he was at.
Look, I know it's hot, and I know it's humid. I get it, and I know there isn't a billion fans over there. But I can count on like two hands the number of Lakota West fans that are standing up right now. They're on the verge of making history in this conference, in this city, and they're all sitting on their hands. Maybe they're nervous.
Well,
I don't get it.
They're not supposed to be standing according to
they're
rules.
not supposed to stand. It's supposed to socially distance.
What?
Sit down.
But can't you stand in your spot?
No, you're supposed to be standing.
supposed to.
Really?
Not
See,
supposed to.
I'm learning as we go. Well, so good job, Lakota West fans, following the rules and doing what they need to do. Good for them.
Cooperation with state regulation.
Now you can argue the legitimately those rules, but that is the rule.
Everyone to please not congregate in the stands.
Cardinals call their first timeout.
Parking lots.
And what's big about that turnover is, the Cardinals now have to use their timeouts
At the
and
conclusion,
get an onside kick.
Right. Yeah.
Before you could score, regardless of what it was,
Right. You have your timeouts.
have your timeouts and the possibility of an onside kick. Now you're going to have to get an onside kick in this situation. Well,
Right.
first and foremost,
First, you got to stop them.
the Cardinals will have to stop them here.
Right. And on the last series, they didn't. So
Yeah. Well, they did not.
is that 2 turnovers on the night?
3.
Is that the third? So we had the fumble, that interception.
And the punt block. The punt. The turnover and downs on the punt.
Right. That's not. Is that
It's
not
a turnover.
technically? Is that considered a turnover?
That was worse than
Turnover
a
on
turnover.
downs.
That's probably
that
worse.
was a worse than a turnover.
That's probably
that happened on the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that's probably the turning point of this game. Let's
Right.
be honest.
Absolutely, and that's what we said, coming into this. It's going to be the one big special teams play. Not really the play by the other team, but the first team to make a mistake, and Colerain did it. And all it took was a little bit of momentum to get Lakota West confidence.
Cardinals had their one shot where they flipped the field. They were in control, and they got a big big holding call, brought it all the way back, and then lost momentum and really have never gained it since.
Mitch Bolden takes it once again, and these are just handing it off now every time. Miller takes that handoff, number 23. He's going to pick up about 2 yards and another timeout for the Cardinals.
timeout Colerain.
Yeah, you almost need, the Lakota West running backs are going to have 2 hands on the ball. You need to strip it and get in there, but then again, all he's looking to do, it doesn't matter if he gains a yard.
No.
Just, the coach is just saying 2 hands on the ball, tuck it in, go down if you have to. They don't need a first down. They need to run the clock, and that's what they're doing. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. They've got to get all the way out to the 27. But, as I said, doesn't matter. 2:12. It's the clock.
I'm curious.
That's never a good start to a sentence. Or it's a good, fantastic start to a sentence.
Yeah,
You're
you never saw curious or, hey, I've got a funny joke.
Yeah,
you just
it's
tell
one
the joke.
extreme. It's either bad or good. There is no neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious.
A funny thing. No, let me be the judge of that.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Lakota West. Cardinals have a 1 timeout and 2:12 to score.
So Lakota West comes out of the timeout. Ball's going to be spotted on the 21. They get to get to the 27. Don't expect anything other than a run here. They're going to throw the ball.
Mitch Bolden takes it. He throws it deep, and it is just off the fingertips of number 1. He was open.
Caleb Rowell, his second drop pass.
Well, I don't know if you'd call that one a drop. He barely
Yeah.
got the fingertips, but he was there. I tell you what, the gunslinger that he was. Bolden,
Look at this. Oh,
Bolden called it right there. I mean,
if that
if
receiver lays out, he catches it.
Nah, I don't know.
No,
it's
if he
hard
lays
to-
out, he catches it.
It's hard to lay out when your feet are going as fast as you possibly can.
I understand.
There's only so much momentum that you can get here. But what it does stop the clock. It does bring up 4th down.
So help me understand that play call.
Lakota West has had a little bit of slow snaps every now and then. Watch the ball. No offsides. Block this kick.
They're bringing the house. They don't get to him. Kick doesn't get blocked. It bounces just before the 50. Takes a Colerain bounce backwards.
Oh.
Williamson tried. He ran up into it and it just took an unfavorable bounce. He was going to get a full head of steam.
He could have got that. That could have been a danger. I saw that. It's like, why not? Take a chance right there.
You got to
be aggressive. That ball's bouncing around. If he gets the right hop, his momentum is already going forward. He could be off to the races.
And Lakota West escapes there because Cardinals, if they block that punt, goes in the end zone. That's a safety. Actually, safety would have been better than a touchdown for the Cardinals because they would have got 2 points in a one-possession game. As it is, 1:53 for the Cardinals to go.
And Colerain could have went for 2.
Yeah, it's the same. One-possession game.
So they're going to bring out Prather again.
Yeah, they're throwing.
He's had some success that last series up the middle.
And West will give it to him all day because the clock is the Firebirds' friend right now.
Oh, yeah, under 2 minutes to go in the game.
Dead center of the field.
Oh, he missed him. That was a touchdown.
Give him a little bit of air. Get that up there. It's there, though. The safety this time wasn't playing in center field. They were playing a man coverage. The safety was snuck up. That opened the middle of the field, and he could not hit him.
Just
at the conclusion of tonight's game. Thank you.
This time, they're going to bring a safety a little bit deeper.
You
got single coverage over here. How about this? That's Flowers out of the backfield.
There's a pressure right up the middle, and he gets hit as he delivers the ball. It's incomplete.
No time to throw it, and I believe that's Prather's helmet comes off.
We have compliant officers here, so we do ask for your cooperation.
So on 3rd down, your quarterback has to come out of the ballgame.
Freddie Johnson will move to the quarterback. Shannon Murray will come in for at least one play.
I thank you.
Well, the good news is it's still only 10 yards, right? So Freddie Johnson has shown that he can throw the football. He doesn't have to throw it 50 yards. I mean, I like Shannon in the slot. I really do. And I like Shannon Murray in the slot.
2 safeties.
Yep.
Man coverage.
Let's see what Freddie can do here. Again, asking him to throw. He's going to drop back. There's pressure.
Nobody's coming. Just run it.
Yep, he's going to have enough for the first down. If he's smart, he gets out of bounds. And he doesn't. He gets tackled inbounds.
It is right at the first down.
Yep, but
they gave it to him. He got it by a football.
Yep, they gave it to him at the 40-yard line. So Freddie Johnson rolls to his left and picks up the first down. Clock is stopped at a minute. Why is the clock running?
Because it doesn't stop on a first down.
It stops on a first down. The ball is set.
The ball was set and the referee started the play.
So Prather back into the game. Drops back. Looks to pass. Throws it across the middle to Isaiah Myers, who's got it. He's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play.
And West is just going to sit back and let them have that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
I tell you what, I've been impressed. Afari is not letting Isaiah Meyer get off the line of scrimmage.
There we go.
An underclassman, but 6'3".
Yep. Myers drops back, throws across his body, and it is incomplete. We've got a penalty flag. Way back here.
No, he's not past the line of scrimmage. We got a holding.
I don't know. He's definitely
either holding or roughing the passer. I'm going to guess it's a holds.
Dead ball. Roughing the passer. Yep. That'll be a first down for the Colerain. 54 seconds left. Looking for a miracle.
Is that a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He lowered the nice replay.
Well, it doesn't even matter how it was. There was a high tackle. That was just a push in the back.
Well, it was good. We saw in the replay, great from our volunteers here at Waycross Community Media. He lowers the head and he headbutts him.
He doesn't headbutt.
Yes, he does. Watch the other angle.
Under a minute to go. Colerain looking to get some points on the board and avoid the shutout here at home. Tyler Prather drops back, throws it deep into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Just past the outstretched arms of
Sinclair. That's Brian.
Sinclair, number 4. So only 3 seconds come off the clock. Second down.
Not a bad play.
Yeah, not a bad play. Colerain with one timeout left.
And honestly, that might not. It depends on maybe not in high school, in college and NFL. It's not a bad strategy once you get close enough just to start taking shots in the end zone.
Yeah.
And not give yourself the potential of running clock here because you can only need.
Oh, ball's on the ground. Tyler Prather picks it up and rolls, and he gets tackled back at the 30-yard line. So once again, either a bad snap or he wasn't ready. Yet another Cardinal miscue sets them all the way back at the 30-yard line.
What down was
They're
it, Chris?
forced to use their last timeout. It was second down. Now it's third down.
Second down has been a nightmare.
Second down
all night.
it's been the bugaboo tonight.
And what that sack fumble basically does is probably takes you out of field goal range. So the Cardinals, regardless of the outcome of this play, you're going to either have to rush your field goal unit onto the field if the ball is in the middle of the field, or you're going to have to pick up 18 yards. Now, if you're West, you're going to give the Colerain Cardinals, you're going to give them the middle of the field. Now, that might result in the Cardinals getting a field goal off, but you're going to run a lot of time off. And if you're the Firebirds, you defend the sidelines. If you're the Colerain Cardinals, you got to be your field goal unit has to be ready right now, unless you're going with we're going to score a touchdown here no matter what.
What it also does is it gives you a little bit more room and a little bit more spreads the defensive out for the one-on-one battles in the end zone here. Only 4 linemen in for Lakota
Prather
West.
drops back. He's pressured. Lowers his shoulder, looks. He's waving that ball around. I'll tell you what, that makes me nervous. There's a penalty flag.
They're going to call it grounding again.
I don't know that I've ever seen, I don't remember a Colerain quarterback ever getting called for intentional grounding twice in the same game. And that's exactly what just happened with Tyler Prather. So that's a 10-yard, is that a spot foul?
Yes.
So it's a 10-yard spot foul. Loss of down, so it'll be 4th down and 21.
More than that.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
35 seconds left to play.
Yeah.
To get a first down, you
26.
have to get to the 8.5-yard line.
Right. So you basically just need enough time for Isaiah Myers, and you could expect Lakota West secondary here to drop back, and they do.
Well, he hasn't had the time all night.
Right.
Even bringing 3
Look at the
4.
defense. 3 guys coming, and they still get to him and flush him out of the pocket. And there's an incomplete pass to number 2, Isaiah Myers, and that's going to be it with 28 seconds left to go in the game. The unthinkable has happened. The Lakota West Firebirds have come to Colerain, and they're going to beat the Colerain Cardinals by the final score of 10-0, ending the Colerain Cardinals really unbelievably, and it's record-setting. It's unmatched. It may never, ever be matched again. 83 consecutive GMC victories dating back to a September loss against Middletown in 2008 on the road. We talked about it briefly before. You're not going to win every game forever. You can't do it. And honestly, this is exactly what Lakota West wanted when they hired Tom Bolden away from Colerain. This is exactly the kind of juice, as Tom would say, that Scott Kaufman, the AD at Lakota West, wanted. And that's exactly what he got. Tom Bolden has come back to Colerain, and he has beaten his alma mater, and he has beaten a team that just 2 years ago he took to the state championship game. And the Colerain Cardinals are going to start off the year 0-1 after having been shut out here at home. Lots of mistakes, lots to build on. Obviously, they have got a lot that they need to build on. Offensively, they got to turn it around because they go on the road next week against Oak Hills with another former Colerain player, right, Roden? And the final is now on the board. It is Lakota West 10, Colerain nothing. So for Brian and Brandon Wyatt, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Mike Rourke here in the booth and Waycross Community Television. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll do our very best to be back online next week. Check wearecolerain.com for updates. And for everyone signing off, thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.